Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're up at the top. So welcome to Tangy Orange High School tonight. We are honoring our veterans, and it's a great night. It's red, white, and blue in both student sections. My name is Steve Geiger. With me tonight is Grace Borbaugh. Grace, how are you doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. So it's a great night to honor these veterans. It's a great thing. Mr. McDermott is the teacher here at Orange High School, and he has set this up to come back and honor the veterans, and it's a really good thing. So they're getting ready to do the coin toss at midfield. Captains are out there. The head official is going ready to flip the coin. The visitors will get to call the toss.
Yeah.
And we're still waiting for them to flip the coin. It's a nice scene here in the field. So Tangy Braves have won the toss, and they will wait until the second half to decide. So that means that Orange should get the ball first to start the game. Let's make sure and see what the head official decides to do here. He has to signal. He's walking over to the Orange side, and Orange will receive to start the first half, which means the Braves will get the ball in the second half. Also notice down here on the field, all of the Tangy Orange football players are shaking hands with every veteran that's here tonight. That's kind of a cool thing, right, Grace?
Yeah, it definitely is. It's nice to see that the students and the team are fully appreciating all the veterans that helped us today.
It sure is. Okay, so what do we do next, Grace? Well, hopefully we're going to...
Welcome, friends, to Tangy Orange High School. It is rivalry week, baby. The Tangy Braves have traveled over the railroad tracks from the west side to the east side to face the Tangy Orange Pioneers. The Pioneers are 4-2 this season, and they won big last week at Westerville North, dropping 54 points. Robbie Dayhuff was 6 for 11 with 67 yards and 2 touchdown passes. Mark Roberts had 14 carries, 146 yards and a touchdown. Caden Konzak had 2 receptions and a touchdown, with 444 yards of total offense. My bold predictions for this Tangy Orange offense tonight are big, let me tell you. 300 yards on the ground tonight. That's a lot of running the football. With 2 touchdowns for Jake Van Cherry and 1 for Mark Roberts. On the defensive side of the ball, 4 total sacks for the Orange defense this year. They have not had many sacks at all coming into this game, and I think it's time to get some. Joey Guagenti is going to have a big night tonight. He's going to make a play, have a good highlight play, and change the whole course of the game and get that student section rowdy. If Robbie Dayhuff is forced to pass tonight, which is unlike the Orange offense very often, I think he will be great. I saw in Brooke Little's hype video earlier today that he can throw dimes like to Zach Harrison in the end zone All right. It's military night tonight here at Tangy Orange, and that's very exciting. I myself am of a military family. On the Tangy Braves side of the football, last week they played Westville South. They're 1-3 on the season, and Connor Hagg had 6 for 16 last night for 74 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chablis had 22 carries, 165 yards, and a touchdown. Solis, their number 1 wide receiver, had 2 receptions for a touchdown and 301 total yards of offense last week, most of those being on the ground. My bold predictions for Tangy tonight, Zach Chablis will have over 150 yards on the ground and finish with only 1 rushing touchdown. The Orange defense on the run is so good this year, and Hagg is going to have to play well tonight and throw for another 300-yard game to add to the 2 he already has this year. On the Tangy defensive side of the ball, last week they allowed 4 yards of carry on defense. That is way too many if you want to win this football game. They need to create turnovers, and with the way that Orange runs the football, there isn't going to be many opportunities for the secondary to get an interception tonight. So that means for the front 4 and the interior linebackers, they are going to need to create big hits on guys like Robbie Dayhuff, Venturi, and Roberts. And they're going to need to cause a fumble. The Tangy Orange Pioneers are 4-2 on this season, and they've had a pretty good year after a tough early loss to Watterson in week 3. It was an okay game. I don't think they were really prepared for that game. I thought that they were I think they thought they were going to be better than they played that night, and it just was not there for them. So they lost to Watterson and then went over to Pickerington North last week, or 3 weeks ago, and they got crushed there. But they've won 2 straight, and I think they're looking for a 3rd straight tonight against this Tangy team. Last year, the Braves were up 21-10 going into half against the Tangy Orange Pioneers in Tangy Stadium. Orange scored 13 in the 3rd quarter and 7 in the 4th, and with a 20-point comeback to win 30-28. It was a great game of football, and I think we're going to see something very similar tonight. Hopefully, Orange will come out on top. The Braves, though, they're going to be looking to stop that after a tough season they've had so far. They want to make a rebound and come back and make it a good finish out for their seniors. The Braves offense, they're very, very young. The quarterback is a sophomore, and he's had some really good games. He's thrown for 2 games with over 300 yards, which is a lot for a high school quarterback, something that doesn't usually happen. And the running game, though, for Tangy with Chablik it's very strong. He scores about a touchdown a game, something that you don't see often per se. Let's take a look at another matchup with Tangy Orange at Westland 2 weeks ago. They scored 21 in the 1st quarter. And tonight, Orange are going to want to come out and they're going to get a score up on the board early and keep it that way all night long. They don't want to keep the defense out there for too long, get them gassed out. I hear it is raining outside, so that could also cause some differences in throwing the football possibly. You might not want to throw it as much with the rain and the wet ball and wet gloves and create a turnover like that just in your own red zone if you're going down the field. That could really kill a team. If we look at the Tangy Braves offense over the past few games, let me get it up here. They went to New Albany and they did not win that game either, but Connor Hagg was 25 of 40 for 382 yards and 3 touchdowns. So that's a very solid game for a sophomore QB in high school, something you never see, rarely. I remember last year there was only 1 game that I saw like that, and it was Orange in the playoffs against Gahanna and Lowry. The Gahanna quarterback came in, threw for over 350 and beat us in double overtime. And now he plays for Pick North and he averages about 200 yards a game, so that's very, very impressive, something you rarely see in high school, like I said. It is rivalry night, like I said before, and tension has been high at school all week, I can tell you that. It started last week during the 3rd quarter at our football game. I'm sure it did as well for Tangy. They're really looking forward to this. They want to get a big win. They have not lost, or they have not beat Orange in 2 years, something that they would really like to correct tonight, and Orange does not want to let that happen. Next week, Tangy is at Liberty, so 2 rivalry games in a row. That's really, really tough in high school and any level, really. That's a lot of physicality, a lot of trash talking going on between the schools, I'm sure. So Orange next week, they are playing Westerville Central at Westerville Central. So not a rivalry game per se next week, but then after that they're at Liberty as well. So Liberty's got everybody coming to them this year. They're having not a great year either. So Tangy, all around the whole district, their football looks pretty good so far. Some teams are trying to correct it. I know the new school, Berlin, is not looking great, but they're not looking bad either. Pretty good season for a first-year team, for sure. Orange 4-2, looking to make it 5-2 and another run at the playoffs. And Tangy, they just want to get back in and make it 500. So again, it is military night out here. Something very exciting. I heard that there was about 35 vendors out there supporting the military tonight. I know my father's there. I'm sure that a lot of families have their family members that are in the armed forces there. And for the coin toss, they had some honorary captains I saw. And our own Mr. McDermott, who is a veteran as well, led the coin toss today. He was very hyped all week. I know that. I did a news package on it, talked with him. He was very, very excited. He's very emotional. He's very proud to be a veteran, and I know that that's the way most veterans are, if not all of them. Very proud to serve this country, and that's something that we'd like to see continuing on. So I think we're going to send it to Grace Pourball and Mr. Geiger now, and sweet. I'll see you at halftime.
We're on. Okay.
All right, welcome back to OMTG Orange Pioneer Field. Again, my name is Steve Geiger. With me tonight is Grace Pourball. So on the field right now, Grace, they are honoring the veterans. It's kind of a cool thing we're doing. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah. It's nice to see that there's so many veterans that wanted to come out tonight and see the Orange game.
So some of our honorary captains for this game tonight, the Orange seniors that have declared for the military. So we have Colin Burns, who's going to join the United States Navy. Fletcher Getz is going to the Marine Corps, the United States Marine Corps. Mitchell Gifford, United States Army, ROTC. Josh Lung, the United States Navy. Alexandra Nagel, Air Force. Samantha Nichols, United States Navy. Emmanuel Payne, United States Navy. Aji captains on the Orange side, and then we also have some honorary captains on the ONTNG side. Ethan Atkins is the United States Navy. Caitlin Coy, United States Air Force. Caden Earhart, United States Marine Corps. Cody Helvey, United States Army. Brandon Hibbets, United States Air Force. Jacob Hughes, Marine Corps. Nathan Hughes, United States Army. Hunter Jordan, United States Army. And Cage Petrosicek, United States Army. So a lot of honorary captains, a lot of seniors for both schools declaring for the armed forces. Without the armed forces, they obviously keep us safe and protect us.
Yeah, it's nice to see that the military is getting some more recognition. Just recently, they have, at least at Orange, they've had military signing day. So it's nice to see that recognition.
Right, and so at the scoreboard end of the stadium, underneath all of the tents, are 31 military and veteran organizations. So hoping that if anybody's at the game, that they could visit throughout the course of the game. So I didn't even know we had 31 military organizations. Did you?
I didn't either, no.
And I thought there were kind of maybe like 4 main ones, Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines. But so 31 military organizations. So again, a lot of the credit goes to Mr. McDermott. He is a teacher here at Orange High School, and he organizes the military, the honoring the vets, and it's really just kind of a neat thing to incorporate that. And I think it also is good for the students to be able to also have a first-hand recognition of what the veterans do for us.
Yeah. Do you have any personal military connection, Mr. Geiger?
So my brother was in the Air Force, and his wife. They were both in the Air Force, but they never were, they never left the United States. And my grandfather actually was in World War II.
Oh.
Yeah, so he never really talked about it. He did not have a glamorous job. He kind of was in a group that went behind the front lines and had to, for lack of a better word, clean up. And it was not. He did not talk about it. But it's a very important part. How about you, Grace? Did you have any connections?
Well, my grandfather was in the military, and I have 2 different uncles that are both in. One was in the Air Force, and one is currently in the Coast Guard. And they just moved back from Hawaii.
Wow.
So they really love that.
I bet you they loved it there.
Yeah. No.
So that's great. That's great. Yeah. So did you? So what were you saying? You were saying they were in the schools. The military was in our school this week.
Yes, they were. There was some people at lunch that were walking around and just giving us more awareness about the military and the opportunities that we could have. So they wanted to spread that and make sure we knew, because not many people actually do know about the opportunities and everything going on with the military.
Right.
Or not just the military, but the whole armed forces.
Yeah, right. So do you think were the students talking about it? Did the students understand what was happening?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the soldiers are very nice, and you can go up to them and talk to them. They won't, you don't need to be shy. They'll answer all your questions and talk to you about anything. So they're definitely very helpful.
Great. That's great. So another thing I wanted to mention, that tonight as the guests enter the military and veteran organization section tonight, they set up a round table with a white tablecloth on it. And we're going to do a moment of silence here at the stadium. So I'm not sure if you caught all that at home, but that's probably one of the coolest things I've seen at a football stadium. Two of the Orange trumpet players come out and play taps during that moment of silence. It's a kind of a way to recognize people that we've lost in military battle.
Mm-hmm. It's very comforting to see the families on the sidelines right now. That, like, you can tell that the taps are very emotional for them. So.
Yep, excellent. It was really a really cool moment. Now we're going to take a break and we'll listen for National Anthem. Fantastic National Anthem. We are 10 minutes till game time, 10 minutes on the game clock. We're still going to have some festivities going on the field. Let me get back to what I was talking about just a second ago. If I can find it. That's technology.
It's nice to see that both teams, despite this rivalry, like Tangy versus Orange, it's a very big game this season. It's nice to see that both teams have decided that the team tonight is going to be red, white, and blue. Freshmen are red, sophomores are white, juniors are blue, seniors are all red, white, and blue. So it's nice to see that we've come together and celebrated this.
Sure is. So anyways, what I was trying to say was as the fans enter tonight, and if you go into the veteran organization section, there's a round table with a white tablecloth on it. They set the table for one in a place of honor. The table is a way of symbolizing the fact that many of our veterans are still missing from our midst. Some were prisoners of war known as POWs, while others died in battle or from injuries. We commonly refer to those as a fallen soldier table. So, again, another way of recognizing everybody that is in our everybody that was in battle, everybody that served in the armed forces. And the thing, like you just said, I really like that they got both teams working together, both fans, red, white, and blue over in the student section for Old Tangy, red, white, and blue in our student section. And that's what our country's all about, is unity.
Yeah, it's one thing for one school to have the theme on Military Appreciation Night to be USA, but for both schools to come out here and show that their support and love for this country, it's really nice.
It really is fantastic. It's a great way to recognize the veterans. It's a great way to help the students and the community come together. So it really is just a neat night. So in the background, we've got and playing, and we'll let them keep playing as you and I keep talking. So let's try to talk a little bit about our matchup tonight. We have Old Tangy Braves again at 2-4, Old Tangy Orange High School at 4-2. And from your research and your talking to the coaches this week, anything that stood out to you that you would want to talk about?
Well, it's known that Old Tangy has had a tough schedule, and they're right now they're 2-4. But Coach Schroeder was saying how Old Tangy, especially since it's a big rival game, they can get distracted. The players can get distracted easily. So it was important for everyone to stay focused and just play as best they can, especially the offensive and defensive line, because that's where it will help them out if both of those are strong. So.
Right, you talk about rivalry games, you pretty much can throw the records out. It doesn't, and like you mentioned, Old Tangy Braves have played a much tougher schedule than the Orange Pioneers have. So a rivalry game, you can throw the records out. There's so much more energy, excitement in the crowd. There's so much more on the line, and everybody plays their best in this game.
Yeah, as you said, the records don't matter right now. It's a rivalry game, and I know at least from experience for me, I play soccer, and recently we played Liberty, and we're going to play Tangy soon, and during those games, both sides play, no matter how they've been playing before that, they both play a lot better than they have before. So.
They sure do. It's kind of like the Ohio State-Penn State game.
Oh, yeah.
That was a very exciting game.
It's always a close one.
It always is a close one. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did. I went to Roosters and watched it with my friends. So.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that's so much fun. If you don't know, listening at home, Grace is a big Penn State fan, and I am a big Ohio State fan, so that's why I keep bringing the game up. And before I forget, Grace, happy birthday. This is Grace's 17th birthday today, so very exciting.
17 doesn't feel very different, at least right now.
That's good. That's a good thing. You don't want them to feel different. When you get older, they all feel different.
Yeah. No. Going back to the Roosters, I was the only one in my Penn State shirt, and all of my friends are Ohio State fans.
Wow.
So.
I'm impressed. You wore your Penn State gear, huh?
Yeah. I mean, we were winning till the very end, so it was going well until then.
Now, did any Ohio State fans that were at Roosters give you a hard time?
Not really. No. I mean, I was the only one Penn State there, basically, but they didn't give me a hard time.
That's good. There's no reason to be rude or crude or anything like that. Everyone just have fun and enjoy the game. Okay, so anyways, going back to what Coach Schroeder, what else did Coach Schroeder tell you this week?
Well, I talked to him about last week's game against Westerville North, and he said that they did a good job of tackling their skill athletes, North's skill athletes, just controlling the ball, running it, and getting up early. So it was a good game overall.
All right, so we will wrap it up here, and we are going to, in 1 minute, we have another minute, I apologize, we're having some technical difficulties. So we'll wrap it up here in a minute. So we got 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go till game time. Old Tangy Braves won the toss, and they decided to, I don't even know what the right word is, they're going to wait till second half.
Yeah.
So they'll wait till the second half, which means the Orange Pioneers will receive to start the game. So we'll see the Pioneers offense to start. And now we are going to
watch the hype video.
Watch the hype video. All right, we're going to play the hype video now. Here we go.
Come on.
Feel it coming in the air. Hear the screams from everywhere. I'm addicted to the thrill. It's a dangerous love affair. Can't be scared when it goes down. Got a problem, tell me now. Only thing that's on my mind
Yeah. Yeah.
Pioneers, and we're about to start the game with the Orange and Tangy. It's going to be a good one tonight. How do you think it's going to go?
All right, so a very exciting game tonight. Anytime you get these two teams together, the atmosphere, the crowd, the excitement here at the stadium is just going to be awesome. Both student sections, I think, are going to be really into it.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely going to have some fun tonight, and they're going to enjoy the rivalry that's coming up. So it'll be an interesting one, and I'm sure with the band and the football players are hyping up the rest of the school. The student section is cheering right now for the football players, so they're about to come out.
Yep, they're coming out of there on the right side of your field. They've got their American flag with them. They're going through the Army Tunnel. Exciting game. Here come the old Tangy Orange Pioneers running out on the field. My name's Steve Geiger. With me today is Grace Corball. Again, in case you're just joining us, happy 17th birthday to Grace Corball.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is an important matchup because it is a division rival also. Not only is it for bragging rights in the Lewis Center area, but also they want the winner will put themselves in place in the division. So it's just a really exciting game, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen today. Anything else that Coach Schroeder told you this week when you were talking to him?
Well, he said this week they've had a bunch of hard practices, and they've done something called Two Huddle Tuesday, which kind of simulates the chaos during the game with all the fans, the student section, both sides, both the Olentangy side and Orange side cheering, and it's taxing, but it helps, and they believe that the amount of effort you put in and how good you do during practice will show on the field. So hopefully that will happen tonight.
Yeah, that's an excellent idea to prepare for the game coming up, try to prepare for the crowd noise a little bit. You're going to get crowd noise from both sides, and the players appreciate the crowd noise, but then they also still got to focus and do their job.
I'm sure it's a little distracting with all the noise, but it definitely, especially the Two Huddle Tuesday, while simulating chaos, will definitely help them focus tonight, which is needed against Olentangy.
Caden Konzak, number 1, Mark Roberts, number 2, are back deep to receive the kick. Kicking off for Olentangy Braves, number 85, and that is Brady Pethtel. Brady Pethtel is a senior from Olentangy Braves. Have you ever, as a soccer player, Grace, have you ever had crowd noise come into it? Have you noticed the crowds before as a player?
Yes, I have. Not as big, obviously not as big as football, but I mean, it can get noisy, and it can actually distract you and make you play worse. But these football players should already know from previous games about how loud it can get, and hopefully it shouldn't distract them too much.
That sounds good. Where was it where you were playing that you had big crowd noise?
It was in Seattle, and it was at the national championships. It was the final.
Wow.
And yeah, it was a really close game. It went into overtime. Unfortunately, we lost, but it was a really good game. So.
My goodness, last time you and I worked together, you talked about all of your travels. I've never been to Seattle, Washington. I've never been to a lot of the places that you've been to. So what's it like in Seattle, Washington?
It's actually very nice. The city, it's a lot busier than I would have expected, but it's a cool place.
Cool place? What was the weather like when you were there? Was it raining?
Actually, was not. Actually, it was sprinkled a little bit, but for the most part, not really.
All right, Brady Pethtel will line the kick up for the Olentangy Braves. We're getting ready to get started from Orange Pioneer Field. There is no wind, and it is a perfect night for football. It is a low kick. This will come to Mark Roberts around the 10-yard line. He'll bring it to the left side of the field. He's got some blockers. He cuts it up the middle. Flag on the field, and he'll be thrown down about the 24-yard line, so we'll have to check that flag.
Yeah, Coach Schroeder is saying that Mark Roberts is one of the key players on the offense. Last week during Westerville North, he rushed 146 yards, so hopefully they'll have, if not the same, but more this game.
We have a holding against the Olentangy Orange Pioneers, and a holding call will move the ball back 10 yards, so they had gotten out actually to about the 24, so that'll move them back 10 yards to the 14-yard line. So the Pioneers will have to start deep in their own end. Not good field position to start the game.
Yeah, Coach Schroeder was saying how it was nice during North that they got up early. So one of the key things to do right now is, even though they got the flag and pushed it back, is to fight through and get the first touchdown or points of the game.
All right, Robbie Dayhuff is in shotgun. Jake Van Cherry will start in the tailback for the Pioneers. Mark Roberts gets a break after the kickoff return. Zach Harrison on the near side of the field. On the far side, Jack Fenton, number 4, Caden Konzak, number 1. So it'll start from the 14-yard line. 15-yard line. Dayhuff will look to the sideline to get the call. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. First play of the game after the kickoff. Braves are showing blitz. And now they're going to back it off, and they will back off. Dayhuff will take the snap. He'll throw it out to Zach Harrison, and actually there's going to be a penalty on the play, a false start for the Pioneers, so they're starting the game with 2 penalties.
Yeah, that's not very good, but it might give the Braves a little bit of the momentum, and they're starting to see Orange's weakness, but hopefully they can bounce back and show them what they got.
So we make it 1st and 15 now. Zach Harrison, I believe, moved a little bit early, and that's where the official threw the flag. Zach was trying to get out into his route.
Yeah, he's been hurt recently, but he's just gotten back, so hopefully he can get back into the groove of things and help his Orange team out.
Zach Harrison will go to the far side of the field now with Caden Konzak, Jack Fenton. Dayhuff will take the snap. He'll run it himself. Picks up a block from Vancheri. Big hole up the middle, and he'll get almost 13 yards on the carry for Robbie Dayhuff.
Yeah, Robbie Dayhuff is also a key player, not just for the offense, not just as a quarterback, but on defense, offense, and special plays. So he'll definitely have a big impact on the game tonight.
Jake Vancheri gets a big block up the middle, big hole, and make it 2nd and 2. And Pioneers are trying to go a little bit quick. They line up really quick, but then now they're going to take their time. So it is a no huddle for the Pioneers. Dayhuff in the shotgun. He'll fire it out to Zach Harrison on the right side. He catches it. He'll breaks the tackle, picks up the 1st down, and about 5 yards more. So he goes from the 23 to about the 31, 8-yard pass completion.
Yeah, I think right there was the key example of how the 2-Huddle Tuesday helped. They didn't have a huddle. There's the noise going on, but they were able to get the 1st down and continue the run and play.
Good call, Grace. That is a 1st down for the Pioneers. They will keep the 3 receivers in the game, and Jake Vancheri stays in at tailback for the Pioneers. Robbie Dayhuff in shotgun again. So Zach Harrison on the far side of the field. Caden Konzak and Jack Fenton on the near side. Dayhuff will take the snap. He'll give to Vancheri up the middle. Big hole. The right side breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, keeps plugging, and they'll pick up about 7 yards.
And one thing we noticed was that both sides have a tent with a TV in it, and they actually get to replay everything that's just been going on. So that'll definitely help during the game, and they'll be able to correct some mistakes or tell the coaches tell the players what they want them to do.
Ryan Dunn checks in for the Orange Pioneers. Ryan Dunn, number 7. Zach Harrison will get a break. Jake Vancheri stays in the game. 2 backs behind Robbie Dayhuff. 2 men in motion. Nate Miller and Jack Fenton go in motion. Robbie will turn. He'll give it to Vancheri. He'll try the left side. Nothing there. He'll lose yards. Go back a couple yards. Nice job by the Braves getting in and knocking down that play.
Yeah, Ryan Dunn just came in, and he's actually part of the broadcast himself, so he'll be doing some color commentary, I believe, tomorrow at the girls' soccer game.
3rd down and about a long 6 now for 3rd and 6, exactly right. 3rd and 6 for the Pioneers. Zach Harrison checks back in. He's at the far side of the field. Jake Vancheri in the backfield with Dayhuff in the shotgun. He takes it. He'll drop back, and it's a screenplay. He's got Vancheri out in the flat, and he will be chased down. He breaks the tackle, but he's only going to get about 2 yards on the pickup. It was a slow developing play, and that is not enough for the 1st down.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here. They might want to keep the play going and try and see where their momentum is at, but I think they'll punt it and just get it out of their area.
A promising drive stalls for the Pioneers. It'll be 4th and about a long 4, and Jack Fenton will come in to punt. Back deep for the Braves, we have number 5 and number 10. Number 5 is Luke Riedel, a senior captain, and number 10 is Caden Kaiser, another senior captain for the Braves. 4th and 4. Fenton gets the snap, and he will get a nice punt. Riedel runs up and takes it, and will get thrown down immediately, but the Braves will start in good field position at their own 38-yard line.
And that was number 52, Tyler Yanka for Orange, making the big tackle there, so the Braves wouldn't get a huge run down the field.
The Braves, though, do get good field position. The Pioneers start at their own 14, and the Braves will start at their own 37. So, I don't know, did you get to talk to Coach Barrett, the defensive coordinator, much this week?
Not really, but he said one of the things that I picked up on was that the defensive line was key to stopping the Braves. They didn't want to give them too much space to run. They wanted to get those tackles, the key tackles, on the skilled athletes. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes tonight.
one thing the Braves are worried about is there's a lot of misdirection. I'm sorry, what the Pioneers are worried about. We'll see there's a lot of misdirection with what the Braves do. Connor Haig is the quarterback, number 17 for the Braves. And he will be in a shotgun, starting from his 30 high snap. He'll give it to the running back. He breaks a couple of tackles, and we'll see if that is 15 or 16. It's kind of hard. 16 gets it for the Braves, and that is Zach Shablock. Zach Shablock with about a 3-yard carry for the Braves.
And that was number 99, Kyle Sussman, with the tackle from behind, making sure he didn't get anywhere that he shouldn't.
2nd down and 7 from the 41-yard line. Man in motion. They'll give it to him. That's Luke Riedel. He'll try the left side. He breaks a tackle, keeps fighting, and Zach Hill breaks Zach Hill's tackle, and he'll be close to a first down. He'll be about a yard short, so a 6-yard carry for Luke Riedel.
Yeah, one of the things that Schroeder said, they needed to, as I said before, tackle the skilled players, and they just missed him a few times, but in the end they got him and stopped the first down. So we'll just see if they can keep that up and try and tackle him sooner.
Big 3rd down conversion here for the Braves. It's 3rd and a long one from about the 46-yard line. Haig is in the shotgun. 3 men come over, change to the other side of the field. Hagel takes a high snap. He'll hand it off on the inside. That's Zach Shablock. He's got a big hole. Cuts it up to the inside. He's thrown down by Zach Hill, but not before a big gain for the Braves. And about a 12-yard gain for Zach Shablock.
Yeah, and last game during Westerville North, Zach Hill, obviously one of the main people on the defensive end that has helped this team out a lot. He had 2 tackles last game, and he's already had 2 right now. So hopefully he can help this team out and keep the Braves from running down the field.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. The Braves are on the move here in the first quarter. Scores tied 0-0. Another high snap from Haig. He'll give it to his running back, Shablock, again. He'll fight and push and shove and maybe get about 2 yards.
And it looks like down the field there's a Pioneer just laying on the ground. Don't know who yet or what it is, but we'll see if we can get information on that soon.
We have someone on the sideline get worked by the trainer. I'm going to give some credit real quick to our production staff. Jacob Fulton is our director. Technical director Jenny Marsh. Teleprompter and production is Anna Gaudet, and we'll get the rest of them in a minute. Haig will take the shotgun snap. He fires it. It's thrown off. It bounces out, and that'll go for an incompletion. He threw a little bit too hard. So teleprompter and production, Anna Gaudet. Cameras will be Cole Patterson, Miles DeVise, and Victoria Pearl. Production assistant Ryan Hess. On the sideline, we have Brooke Little. In the studio, Tanner Lambert. And again, my name is Steve Geiger. With me tonight, Grace Porball. Big play here. 3rd and 8 for the Braves from the 40-yard line. Haig will take it. He'll roll to his left. He's got a man on the open, 86. He breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle, keeps fighting, and gets all the way down to the 25-yard line for a 15-yard gain. And let's see, there may be a penalty. Let's see what they do here.
And that was a huge play by the Braves, but I just want to take a moment. That is Mark Roberts on the sideline that was hurt. He's just got up to jog and see how it feels. Don't know exactly what's wrong with him, but if he is hurt, that could be a huge setback for Orange. He is one of the key players of the game.
He sure is. He may have gotten injured on the first play of the game. That is a crucial injury for the Pioneers. Jake Venturi does a great job. So back to the play. They called holding on the play, and it's from the spot. So actually the Braves will gain a yard, and they'll replay 3rd down. So 3rd and 5. But my goodness, 86 for the Pioneers. For the Braves. Ian Drummond did a great job. He broke about 4 tackles out in the flat. He's a big player. We'll keep our eye on him. 3rd and 6 from the 38. Haig is back in. He'll fire it out. He's got Drummond. They hit him low. They hit him again, and this time they take him down at about the 35-yard line for a gain of about 2 yards.
Yeah, that was Robbie Dayhuff and Mason Faulkner with a combined effort bringing him down, and that just shows you how important Robbie Dayhuff is to this team, not just on the offense.
Robbie Dayhuff has been a great leader for the Pioneers this year. He's the quarterback, and then he does a key job, a key contributor on the defense. So here we go, Grace. 4th and 3. It looks like the Braves are going to go for it.
Yeah, and we'll see how this goes. If they make it, if they get the first down, that could be a huge momentum change and shift the momentum over to the Braves, which hopefully doesn't happen. So, looks like a timeout.
The Braves are going to take a timeout to talk about this. So Mark Roberts is actually having that left knee looked at on the sidelines, and we'll have to keep an eye on it, whether or not he can get back in and play. The doctors and trainers are looking at him to see if he can run up and down the field. He's going to try to run on it here.
Yeah, during the game last year, Tangy versus Orange, he had 6 carries with 82 yards, and not as many yards as he's had this year, but it just shows how he's grown and become better, and hopefully he doesn't have to sit out of this game. It looks like he's going to be okay, but don't know how he will be.
Well, first thing they start with is just some straight running, and he seems to be jogging okay on the track, and then the next thing you're going to see him do probably is some side to side.
Yeah. See how that knee feels when he's like moving and actually trying to get some game-like conditions.
Have you ever had any injuries in your soccer career?
I've pulled my hamstring, so I had to sit out for about 2 months for that, because that's that can get agitated very easily.
So after the timeout, the Braves do decide to go for it. Connor Haig is in the shotgun, and everybody is bunched like a bunch formation. He does have Shablock in the backfield with him. Haig will throw it up underneath to Luke Rudel, and he is thrown down, but he fights back to the line of scrimmage, but he does not get enough for the first down.
I believe that was Kyle Sesseman again, but I don't know for sure.
Kyle Sesseman, 99, and Brant Keitlinger were both in there.
Momentum is now on us, so hopefully they can take that momentum and just go down the field.
A big play for the Pioneers. No gain on the play for the Tangy Braves. They burn a timeout. We have 5:22 to go in the first quarter, and now the Pioneers get pretty good field position at the 37-yard line. Again, a beautiful night for football. It's about 65 degrees at kickoff, 70 degrees, no wind. Beautiful night. Dayhoff will be up under center this time. Alex Lopez as a fullback. He'll turn, he'll give to Vancheri. He'll fly through the middle and pick up about 4 yards up the middle.
Yeah, and I talked to Coach Schroeder about what this game means and what it is to the team, and he said, yeah, you don't really have to get them pumped up. Like, as I said, it is a rivalry, and that just, it helps, or it gets the nerves and the anxiety going, and then if anything, you need to calm them down.
Sure do. You get nervous, you get excited. Second down and 6, 23. Alex Lopez is the fullback. Dayhoff under center. Jake Vancheri is the tailback. Dayhoff takes the snap. He'll fire it out quickly. Zane Laddig catches it, picks up a big block, fights through, gets the first down. Zane Laddig on the reception.
Yeah, and he's had some very good games recently. He's made some very long catches, and he's just helped the game out. The catches he's had have been on plays when they needed to have big plays, so he's a player to watch.
Ryan Dunn, number 7, gets a big block to spring Zane Laddig. Zane Laddig picks up 8 yards on the carry. The Pioneers move into the Braves end of the field. They get to the 49-yard line, and I believe that's Mark Roberts in the tailback. Good sign for Mark. First down and 10, Pioneers. Dayhoff up under center. He'll take the snap. He'll fire it out. Same play to the other side. Zane Laddig takes another good block for Ryan Dunn, and it will pick up about 7 yards. Robbie Dayhoff to Zane Laddig, and so far Robbie Dayhoff 4 for 4 passing.
Yeah, and it's nice to see the teamwork there, but on 2 plays, the same play back-to-back, just on different sides, and as I said, it's nice to see the teamwork. Ryan Dunn blocking, Zane Laddig being able to run and get farther up the field.
Excellent play for the Pioneers to bring up second and about 3. Dayhoff under center again. He'll turn, he'll give it to Mark Roberts, hits the hole quick. Boy, he gets through that hole so quick, and he will pick up about 4 yards. First down, Orange Pioneers.
He definitely used his strength there. He is a very strong player, and that's thanks to all the practices and the weightlifting that they do, which immensely helps.
Well, he was decisive. As soon as he got the ball, he shot through that hole, picks up the yardage for the first down, so the Pioneers will have the ball at the 38-yard line. 3:29 to go in the first quarter. We have the score is still 0-0. Pioneers on the march, though. Zach Harrison checks in. He is on the near side of the field with Ryan Dunn. Robbie Dayhoff up under center again. Mark Robertson, the tailback. Dayhoff will take the snap. He'll fire it out to Zach Harrison. Here comes the Braves, and one of them gets him down low, and that'll be a no gain on the play.
Yeah, that was number 3, Max Walden for the Braves, and he just got Zach Harrison's foot, which slowed him down, so he couldn't get any farther up the field, which which inevitably stopped a huge play from happening.
Right, it was pretty much the same play we saw with Zane Laddig, but this time the defense read it and got into the backfield and were able to tackle Zach Harrison before he could get any positive yardage. 2nd down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Dayhuff in the shotgun. He's got both Van Cherry and Roberts back there with him. He'll give it to Van. No, he'll keep it himself. Big hole up the middle. He gets tripped up, but not before he gets about 6 yards. Robbie Dayhuff.
Yeah, and that was a nice play. It faked everyone out. Everyone thought, even he for a minute thought that Jake Van Cherry had the ball, but he was able to get farther up the field and get better field position.
They'll actually give him 7 yards down to the 31-yard line to bring up 3rd and a long 3, 3rd and 4. And it's kind of a zone read play. He's reading the defender, and he kept it, actually. I thought he actually gave it to Van Cherry, but he kept it himself. Big hole up the middle.
Yeah, and that was a nice play by Robbie Dayhuff.
Dayhuff in the shotgun. Mark Roberts in the backfield with him. He'll take the snap. He will give it to Roberts. He'll try the middle. He bounces off of a couple Braves, keeps fighting, and he'll have enough for the 1st down. That's about a 10-yard run for Mark Roberts.
Yeah, and that was a nice play by Mark Roberts. He bounced off a Braves player, kept going, and it took like 4 or 5 more Braves to tackle him.
I sure did. What a great run. Boy, I thought he got hit in the backfield. I thought he was done for no gain. Here go the Pioneers. They're moving quickly, and they don't huddle, but they're not going to run a play. They're going to look for the sidelines to have the play called in from the sidelines. 1:36 to go. The ball's on the 22-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Pioneers. Dayhuff in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's going to throw. He looks deep. He's looking for Zach Harrison. There's the throw. And it looks like it'll be an overthrow. And that actually is Robbie Dayhuff's 1st incompletion.
Yeah, and he tries to go for the long throw and to get the touchdown with Zach Harrison. And I think it's because they want it, like Coach Schroeder said, it's important to get the first points of the game because that can just build up all of your excitement, all of your energy, and just help you get more points on the board. So
Zach Harrison's about 6'5", so he's pretty much got a mismatch with any of the Braves defenders. So Dayhuff kind of just tried to throw it up high to give Zach a chance, but it was an overthrow. 2nd and 10 from the 22. Dayhuff is in trouble, and he'll try to scramble out, and he'll actually lose a yard, tackled in the backfield. It looked like that was number 12 that got back there, Landon Johnson, the linebacker for the Braves, and tackles Dayhuff for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, now it's 3 and 11, and they're going to have to try something different to get the 1st down, but we'll just see how this goes, and hopefully we'll get the 1st down.
Sam Wine checks in 85. Boy, 5 receivers for the Pioneers. No runners, no running backs in the backfield. 3rd and 11. So we'll get Zane Laddig, Mark Roberts, Sam Wine on the near side, Caden Konzak, Zach Harrison on the far side. 3rd down and 11. And it looks like Coach Schroeder will take a timeout to talk about this. This is a key play. It would be about a 40-yard field goal attempt if they tried to kick from here. So the Pioneers would like to get the 1st down, but maybe get a little more yardage also.
Yeah, and at the end of that play, as you said, they had Sam Wine, Zane Laddig, Zach Harrison, Caden Konzak, and one other person
Mark Roberts was out there.
Yes, Mark Roberts. They put not all, but most of their key players in. So I believe they were trying to do something, as you said, to get more yardage and get closer if they had to get try and make a field goal.
Go ahead, Grace. Sorry.
We'll just see what the decision is, if they should run the ball or pass the ball to try and get more yards.
I'd like to thank Mr. Brian Nicola. He's the teacher that set this up for us. Again, I'll run real quick through our production group tonight. We have Jacob Fulton as our director. Technical director is Jenny Marsh. Teleprompter and production is Anna Goday. On the cameras tonight, we have Cole Patterson, Miles DeVise, and Victoria Pearl. The production assistant, Ryan Hess. Brooke Little will be on the sidelines. Tanner Lambert is back in studio. With me tonight is Grace Porball. I am Steve Geiger. And again, it's a super exciting game. Still no score. 43 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. Pioneers are facing a 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, and if they don't get the touchdown here, it'll be extremely important to get that field goal.
So the Pioneers stay in that same setup. 3 receivers to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Dayhuff back there by himself. He's going to pass. He's got a man open. He fires it out to Caden Konzak. He catches at the 20, down to about the 14-yard line. Not enough for the 1st down at about a 7-yard pickup on the play.
And I don't know if they're going to go for it or if they're going to take the field goal, but right now I see both of their kickers on the sideline, so I feel like they're going to go for it.
Big play here for the Pioneers. They are going to go for it. It's 4th and a long 2 yards from the 15-yard line.
And they look back at the coaches just to see what's going on and decide what to do.
Mark Roberts in the backfield with Robbie Dayhuff. And I believe they're going to let the clock run down, and they're going to call another timeout, it looks like. So it's Anna Goday, is that correct? Anna Goday, apologize, Anna.
Godoy?
Godoy? Okay. Godoy. I like to blame the lighting in here, but it's really pretty bright, so I just have to go with old age. Apologize, Anna. Oh, that's actually the end of the first quarter. So the first quarter comes to an end. First quarter comes to an end. No score. Pioneers are on the march, though. They will switch ends. Pioneers will go down to the other end of the field. No score. 0-0 here at the end of the first quarter. Pioneers with a huge play. They have the ball at the 15-yard line. And they're going to stretch out those chains. It's actually going to be 4th down and 3. A 4th down and a long 2 or 3 here for the Pioneers.
Yeah, on the field right now there's a veteran and Troy Balderson, the U.S. House of Representatives, 12th District. So they're introducing him right now. And they were both Tangy Orange Purple Hearts award winners.
Okay.
Okay. So.
We were going to have Brooke Little on the sideline, but her camera's not working. Is that correct?
Yeah, unfortunately. It would have been nice to get some stories and maybe hear a little bit from what's going on with the players and the coaches, but we'll just have to make do.
Have to make do. I'll talk about making do. We'll start the second quarter. The Pioneers have the ball at the 15-yard line. They need to get to about the 12.5-yard line. 4th and 2.5.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like, they were going to go for it before, but it'll be interesting to see if they switch it up and decide to go for the field goal just to be safe and try and get those 3 points and gain a lead.
Robbie Dayhuff is running back out on the field, so they are not going to just try to get the field goal. Mark Roberts in the backfield, 4th and 2.5. Huge play early in the second quarter. Zane Laddig on the near side. Zach Harrison out to the far side with Caden Konzak. Nate Miller's the tight end. Dayhuff is reading. He's going to fire it out to Zane Laddig. He catches it. He gets enough for the first down to the 7-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 8 yards for Zane Laddig.
Yeah, and Zane Laddig, as I said before, he's been having, in the recent games, he's been making a lot of good plays. And, like, it's not just good plays, it's the important plays, or the plays that are needed, just like right now, getting that first down.
What a great job by Zane Laddig. Zane Laddig has 3 catches already in the game for 24 yards. Zane Laddig has been an important target for Robbie Dayhoff. And what they're doing is they got Zach Harrison at the far end, which he's always drawing 1 or 2 defenders, which allows Zane Laddig to have single coverage.
Yeah.
Right now, Zach Harrison's got single coverage. Now they're sliding someone out, but it's going to be too late. Robbie Dayhoff's going to run it, and he's going to run into the teeth of the Braves off defense, and they're going to mark him on a 1-yard loss.
Thought about it because they know that Zach Harrison is someone that other schools are going to target and try and not let him score or do as much damage to their the game as possible. So not looking for Zach Harrison and looking for other players that might not be marked as much is a very good idea.
Second and goal from the 10-yard line. Robbie Dayhuff in the shotgun. He's got Mark Roberts behind him, and there's some conversation. They're switching the play possibly. We'll see what they call. Dayhuff will turn. He misses the handoff. He's looking, and he's got to miss. There's nobody open. He's just going to scramble, and he throws it out of bounds. So we had a couple of people going in different directions. It looked like a miscommunication there.
Yeah, Mark Roberts is going to the right, and Robbie Dayhuff kind of just turned to the left, and I think there was a miscommunication there, so Robbie just didn't know what to do, or in that situation and started running, but there was too much pressure, so he had to throw the ball away.
Yeah, he had his receivers going right also. He was going left and everybody else was going right. So miscommunication there. Big mistake for the Pioneers. So 3rd and 10 now third and goal from the 10-yard line. Give Robbie Dayhoff a lot of credit because he could have been sacked for a 10-yard loss, but he was able to throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, smart play by him just to get out of that situation.
He's a great veteran leader. 3rd and goal from the 10. And Dayhoff will keep it. He'll try to follow Mark Roberts, and he'll fall forward. He'll get to about the 5-yard line, but that'll bring up 4th down.
And again, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. Will they go for it, or will they be safe and get those 3 points and try and get the lead early on?
4th and goal from the 5-yard line, and I don't see any kickers coming from the sideline, so it looks like Coach Schroeder's going to go for it.
Yeah, and that's an ambitious play, but it's also one that's needed because, as I said, if you get the first points of the game, it'll help you out momentously and just keep the game rolling for your side.
4th and goal. The Pioneers have to get in the end zone. Zach Harrison is on the near side this time. Dayhoff in the shotgun. He'll fake to Roberts. He's going to throw it for Zach Harrison. Touchdown, Pioneers. What a catch. What a throw. Robbie Dayhoff took a big hit there also.
Yeah, it was a nice catch by Zach Harrison. He caught it and then turned away from the player just so that the player right next to him from Tangy wouldn't be able to try and strip him or take the ball away. So it was a nice play by Robbie Dayhoff, nice throw by Robbie Dayhoff, and catch by Zach Harrison.
So 5-yard touchdown pass. Dayhoff to Harrison. Spencer Hawkins will come out as the holder, so we'll see if they'll run something or if they'll actually kick it. 9:52 to go in the second quarter, and they will actually set up for the extra point attempt.
And that's number 86, Aiden Hill.
The ball is down, the kick is up, it's high enough, and it is good. Pioneers take a 7-0 lead here with 9:52 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, and that was very important. Both teams have had very, obviously the Pioneers just scored, but the Braves had a very close chance over there, and stopping them and then getting the ball back and scoring was a great play.
Talk about the throw Robbie Dayhoff made. He took a huge hit right when he let go of the ball. But Zach Harrison double covered 2 defenders, and the ball was placed perfectly like you described, Grace, just to the outside, and Zach's so strong he grabbed it and pulled it in before the defenders had a chance to react.
Yeah, just showing those the hands of Zach Harrison, how strong they are and how strong he is, and just enabling that play, giving the Pioneers an early lead.
86, Aiden Hill makes the extra point, and that makes it 7-0, and then Aiden Hill will kick off for the Pioneers. Try to get some numbers for the Pioneers. Let's try to watch and see who gets the tackle. And we'll try to see back deep as number 5 is Luke Riedel. And I can't see the number of this guy on the near side. 16 maybe, that might be Zach Shavlock. So Aiden Hill will tee it up. He kicks it off. It's going to be a short kick right to Luke Riedel. He'll catch it at about the 12. And he'll try that right side. He dances. He's got a hole. He punches it through the hole. One man to beat, and he will beat that one man. And he will sprint it back for an 87-yard kickoff return.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that you just don't want to happen. Orange just got the momentum, and now, even though Orange got that momentum, the momentum from him returning that all the way to get a touchdown will be even greater. So hopefully Orange can just bounce back and get some more points on the board. But that was one of the things that Coach Schroeder talked about. They needed to make tackles on the skilled players. They needed to stop them so they wouldn't be able to score. So hopefully they'll do that next time.
A huge hole. Well, you give Luke Riedel credit as senior. He was real slow. He got in that hole and he waited and he took his time and waited for that hole to develop. And once it did, well, he sprinted through that hole and there was no one around to be able to make the tackle. So 85 for the Braves will come out for the extra point attempt. The ball is up. It's high enough and it is good. And that makes it 7-7 with 9:40 to go in the second quarter. A huge kickoff return for Luke Riedel, and that I think I said 86 was the kicking. Yeah, that's or 85 maybe. Brady Peftel on the extra point attempt.
Yeah, and Luke Riddle with the return. I mean, that was just some good awareness of what was happening. He waited. He got the feel of what was going on, and then when he realized that he could take a shot and go straight down the field, he used his speed to just blow past everyone.
Well, I feel like I jinxed the Pioneers. We said, let's see who makes the tackle if someone does, and nobody did. Boy, Luke Riedel was untouched up that sideline, and he showed great speed also. Back deep for the Pioneers will be number 1, Caden Konzak, and number 11, Ian Enders. That'll make the score 7-7 here in the second quarter.
And this shows Schroeder's confidence in Caden Konzak and Ian Enders, because neither of them are seniors. They have little to none experience, so we'll see how good they are.
85 is a senior. Brady Peftel kicks it forward. He squibs it up the middle. Ian Enders will catch it about the 10, brings it to the 15. He's protecting the ball, and he'll be slammed down at the 25-yard line. Good field position for the Pioneers.
And that was a good tackle by the Braves, number 37, Nick McCafferty. But it just, they've got decent field position. Yes. It could be better, but it'll be a start. They can go from there. 15-yard
return for Ian Enders, gets the ball out to the 25-yard line. So Pioneers did a fantastic job, moved the ball all the way down the field, and take the momentum and scores. Like you said, Grace, Braves take it right back on the big kickoff return. 1st and 10 from the 25, 9:35 to go in the second quarter. Lots of movement for the Pioneers, left and right and left. Dayhoff in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He'll keep it. He'll try the middle. He'll be smashed in the middle, and he'll be actually thrown back. And they're going to give him about a half yard. Lots of Braves there in his face.
Yeah, and you actually got faked out again. You thought that Jerry had the ball, but Robbie Dayhoff did. So that's just some good awareness from Robbie Dayhoff trying to get it up through the middle, but the Braves have a stellar defensive line, and they were able to push him back.
Colton Doubt, 52, and Jake Takich, 53, right there in the middle of the line for the Braves, for no gain for Robbie Dayhoff. 2nd and 10, Dayhoff in the shotgun. He's going to look to throw, and he's going to have a screen pass set up to Mark Roberts. Here comes the defender, picks up a block, and then he is slammed down again after he gains about 3 yards.
Yeah, and that was number 60, Connor Mathena for the Pioneers, making that block so Mark Roberts could gain just a few more yards, which could help. Now it's only a 3 and 5, 3rd down and 5, 3rd down and 6. So
yeah, they did give him about 5 yards on that. I marked him at 3. So he falls forward, picks up the extra yardage. 3rd and 5, big play for the Pioneers. They do not want to give the ball back to the Braves. Dayhoff in the shotgun. He'll take it. He'll fake to Roberts. He's going to fire it out. He was going to wait for Laddig, and he wasn't open, and now he's just a scramble drill. And he's got a man open. He fires it deep. Caden Konzak. Oh, my goodness. There's a lot of collision there with Caden Konzak, and no flag. That's craziness.
Well, actually, there is a flag on the play. I believe Robbie Dayhoff threw after the line of scrimmage.
Okay, so he crossed the line of scrimmage, so we're looking for a flag down here.
Yeah,
there is a flag right there at the 33-yard line. And that's what they're going to call as a illegal throw, and the Braves will decline the penalty. And that'll bring up 4th and 5, and we will see the punters for the Pioneers.
Yeah, and the offense has recently been running a lot more of the ball instead of passing, so I don't know if Robbie Dayhoff should have just run the ball there and tried to get the first down if he had enough space to do that, or what was going through his mind, but he threw it and got the flag for it.
He did. It did look like he might have had enough room to make the first down. So Jack Fenton will come in and punt for the Pioneers. And that is a crazy...
It worked. It worked. Offsides. Not offsides. I'm sorry.
That is offsides.
Yeah.
They called it on the Braves. They jumped across when the Pioneers... Oh, okay, so the Pioneers moved.
Spread out, and then he went across thinking the play had started, so now it's offsides.
That is a beautiful play for the Pioneers. They draw the Braves offsides, but wait, I think... Are they going to have to measure?
I think it's 4th and few inches. So I think they'll go for it and try and get it.
They do not give them the first down. Coach Schroeder thought he had enough for the first down where the ball was touching the line of the 30, and then they moved it up, and now it's not touching the line, so it's where the ball is placed right now is not enough for the first down, and Coach Schroeder says we're still going for it. So 4th and about 6 inches, not even a half yard. What will the Pioneers do here?
Yeah, we'll see what they'll do if they'll try and run up the middle or go through the sides.
What would you do, Grace?
I don't know. Don't know. We'll see.
Dayhoff will take it. He'll sneak it himself, and it's a stalemate. And it looks like they're going to mark him. They're going to give him the push. He just needed to get to the exact 35-yard line, and they are marking him across the 35.
And that was a big play.
Actually, they're going to put him right on the 35, so they will have to measure. My goodness. Wow, that was not a good spot. He was all the way across the 35-yard line, and they moved him back. And now we don't know. It's going to be close on the measurement. Boy, Coach Schroeder is extremely upset with the placement.
Yeah, he believes that it's a first down, that they don't even have to measure. So we'll just see what the refs have to say and if that is a first down or not. And hopefully it is. It is a first down. So a good job by Robbie Dayhoff getting it over the line and using his body to get the ball over.
Well, let's mark it 8 minutes in the second quarter. A huge conversion for the Pioneers.
Yeah, it is. And with the Braves returning the ball, they definitely need to get at least a field goal, just some type of point on the board.
Now the refs are taking an official's timeout here. I'm not sure what they're going to do. Oh, they're trying to get the yard marker set up on the other sideline. You got to have the chain set before you run a play. Looks like the chains are all tangled. 8 minutes to go in the game. No win tonight. Beautiful night for football at Orange Pioneer Field.
Yeah, and there was some chance of rain, but it looks like it didn't. There was some sprinkles like before the game started, but it's good now, so it didn't affect anyone too much.
Well, the important thing is you and I stay dry.
Yeah, in the box.
In the box. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Robbie Dayhoff looks over for the call on the sideline. Jack Fenton is in at the wingback position. 1st and 10. And it'll be a run up the middle for about 3 yards by Mark Roberts. And he gets helped up by a Brave, so that's nice sportsmanship there. That's only Mark Roberts' 3rd carry on the night.
Well, as you said, he was helped up by a Braves player. It's just nice to see that even though there is this rivalry and this competition, that in the end it's just a game, and that they can do
good sportsmanship.
Yeah,
it sure is good sportsmanship. 2nd and 7 from the 38-yard line. Robbie Dayhoff in the shotgun. He's got Mark Roberts in the backfield with him. He'll take the snap. He's going to fire it out quickly to Zach Harrison. He picks up a block from Caden Konzak, and he falls forward. And let's see where they mark him. They're going to mark him right on the line.
I don't know if that knee was down before the first yard or the yard line, but it looks like they gave it to him. So
7-yard pickup for Zach Harrison. I saw his knee go down too.
Yeah,
Grace.
That's what I thought.
If we were the professional football or college, we'd do an instant replay on that to see where his knee hit. But we do not have instant replay here at the high school, so the call on the field will have to stand.
And that was a good play by Zach Harrison. He just came back from injury, so it's nice to see him get back in the swing of things and make a few plays. Hopefully he can make some big ones. He already got us that one touchdown. So
he has 4 catches on the evening already here early in the second quarter. 6:38 to go. 1st and 10 from the 45. Dayhoff under center. Harrison goes in motion. He will fake the handoff. He's going to roll out, and there's Ryan Dunn down the middle. He fires it. It's tipped and intercepted. Robbie Dayhoff threw that a little behind. Number 3 picks the ball off for the Tangy Braves. That is Max Walden. The ball got tipped up, and Max Walden made a fantastic catch.
And that was a good thought process by him. Even though Ryan Dunn was open, but just the throw was a little bit off, and it was, as you said, it was a good catch because it went off the fingertips of one Tangy Brave player and then into the hands of him, so he got the interception. But it's just the defense has to make some huge plays now.
The ball travels about 30 yards, so it's almost like a punt. The Braves will get the ball at the 25-yard line. Haig will take it. He'll give it to 15 on the right side. He'll be chased down by Zach Harrison, but not before he gets 6 yards. 15 is Deontay Abels. Let's see if it's 15 or 16. It's hard to tell. Oh, actually, that's 16, so that is Zach Shablock. He gets 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, and Zach Harrison is not only a presence on offense, but also on defense, just like Robbie Dayhuff. And last year during this game, he had 7 tackles and 1.5 sacks. So hopefully he can mirror, or if not do better than what happened last year.
2nd down and 4 from the 31-yard line. Haig takes the ball, gives it to his running back. That's Shablock again. He'll try to fight through the middle, and he will get about 1 yard on the carry, which will bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, they were able to kind of push him back there and not let him get that first down.
Clock is running. It'll be, well, they moved it up a little bit, so it's 3rd and about 1.5. We have 5:33 to go in the second quarter. Late substitution for the Pioneers.
Number 51, Cardin Mutai, went into the game.
Carter Mutai into the game for the Pioneers. 3rd down and 1.5. The play clock is down to 10 seconds. The Braves are going to have to hurry. They have 3 men in motion, and then they motion back to the other side. Connor Haig in the shotgun. He'll turn. He'll give it to Shablock. He'll try to left side, and he is thrown down for a loss.
And that was number 50, Mason Faulkner, senior for the Pioneers. That needed to happen. They needed to get some momentum, get not only themselves, but the crowd and everyone else into this game.
Shablock will lose about 4 yards on that carry. Boy, Mason Faulkner got in the backfield so quick, it's almost like he knew the play.
Yeah, and it's nice to see. He did have a broken wrist, and he had a huge cast on his hand. Nice to see that it's off and that it's fully healed.
This is the first punt for the Braves. Back deep is Robbie Dayhuff at the 30-yard line, Caden Konzak at the 40. The ball snapped back, and the kick is off, and that's Pethel again. Caden Konzak will try to run over. He fumbles the ball. And the Braves will get the ball right there at the 40-yard line. But there was a Brave in his way, and Konzak couldn't see his way through there and tried to catch it, and he took his eyes off the ball.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. The ball was just coming down, and he called for a catch, but there was a Brave in the way. He couldn't clearly see the ball, and it touched him, so once it touches him, he gave up the ball once the Braves got it.
So the long punt by Brady Pethtel for the Braves, and the Braves will come back out at the 40-yard line. 4:25 to go in the first quarter. The score 7-7. Connor Haig, 17, is a senior quarterback. He's going to roll out. He's in trouble. Zach Harrison catches him and slams him down. My goodness.
Yeah, you can just see that arm strength there. He only got his jersey. He just got his jersey and pulled him to the ground. So you can see how not just talented, but strong Zach Harrison is making that play.
That is unbelievable. Well, Zach Harrison is being recruited by every Division I college across the country: Alabama, Clemson, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. I got it. I got Penn State in there. 2nd down and 15. Hagel rolled to his right. Zach Hill. He fires it. He completes it. 1st down and more. It'll be a pickup of about 21 yards to number 10, who is a senior captain. That's Caden Kaiser.
Yeah, and Zach Hill almost got there, almost sacked their quarterback. But unfortunately, they got it down the field and got a 1st down.
Well, you give credit to Connor Haig. Well, he got slammed to the turf by Zach Harrison. He gets up and makes the long 21-yard completion, and the Braves are in business down to the 24-yard line. We have 3:35 to go here in the second quarter. Connor Haig in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He will give it to his Shablock, who will fight forward for about 3 yards.
Yeah, one of the things that I noticed from just everything that I've seen and heard and watched is that Orange never really has the same amount of time on the ball as other teams. They always seem to have less, but they always seem to get more done from it. So hopefully they can get that.
Late substitutions from the Pioneers. 2nd down and 8. Haig will fire it. He's got a man open on the right side, and it is complete. Pick up about 5 yards. That's 11 for the Braves. That is Brennan Larison, a sophomore.
Yeah, and as I was saying, they always seem to have less possession. During the game last week versus North, they had the ball for 22 minutes 50 seconds, and North had 3 minutes more than that. They had 25 minutes of the ball, and 3 minutes you can do a lot with the ball in 3 minutes. So.
Sure can. That was actually Caden Kaiser, number 10, not number 11, on the far sidelines with the completion. That'll make it 3rd and 4 from the 17-yard line. 2:56 to go here in the second quarter. Lots of movement for both teams. Connor Haig will take the snap, and he will give it to Shablock. He'll try the right side. Jack Harrison slows him down. Kyle Sesseman finishes him off. Loss of 2 on 3rd down.
Yeah, and again, nice teamwork. Zach Hill, Kyle Sesseman, and Zach Harrison all got some touches, got some pull on him, and were able to just drag him back and make it 4th down.
Big play for both teams here. 2:34 clock running. Ball is at the 19-yard line. 4th and, let's call it a 4.5, 5 yards for the Braves, and they're going to go for it. Big play for both teams going into close to halftime here. Connor Haig all by himself in the backfield. He'll take the snap. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking to fire it, and he throws it out, and it is complete, and it's right at the marker. We'll see if it's enough for a 1st down. Nice throw by Connor Haig. He completes it out there. Oh, you can't see the number. It looks that's Luke Riedel. Nice completion, and they do get the 1st down.
Yeah, and I got the chance to talk to Owen Tangy's head coach, Coach Solis, and he said that after last year, when they lost in a close game, they worked hard to improve, and that he expects them to compete for all 48 minutes. So it looks like they're trying to do that now.
Braves pick up the 1st down, get to the 14-yard line. And now Coach Solis, I believe, will call timeout. Yes, he does. That'll be his 2nd timeout. The ball is actually at the 13-yard line. 1st down and 10 from the 13. 2:01 to go. Plenty of time.
You know, as I was saying, Coach Solis said he wanted his team to play all 48 minutes. He didn't want them to have good spells and bad spells. He wanted them to have all decent plays, runs, everything for the whole game. And hopefully he hopes that they'll win the game from that. So.
Well, the Braves have had the big play tonight, and I wrote it down. Let me look real quick. An 87-yard kickoff return by Luke Riedel. And then they got the big interception down here to stop the Pioneer drive, and now they're moving down into the Pioneer end of the field. 2:01, plenty of time for the Braves. They have 1 timeout left. We'll see if that comes into play. The ball's placed at the 13-yard line, so first they can get another 1st down.
Yeah, and the Pioneers defense needs to make a huge play here to stop them from getting any yards.
5 receivers. Shablock will go in motion. Haig will give it to Shablock. He'll try the right side, and Brant Keitlinger slams him down for a gain of 2, and the clock will keep running.
Yeah, he just bear hugs him from behind and pulls him down, just showing that strength.
Brant Keitlinger, 6'3", 225 senior for the Pioneers, so they give him actually 1 yard on that. And it'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 12-yard line. 1:38 to go in the 2nd quarter. The score is tied 7-7. Shablock in motion again. Haig will fake it to him. He's going to look to throw. He got a man wide open. Touchdown, Tangy Braves.
Yeah, and as I said before, both teams have those tents and can use it for replays. So I don't know what's going through the coaches and the players' heads right now, but if it were me, I'd want to see what's been happening and see what improvements can be made. So maybe they'll be going to that tent in a few minutes.
I believe that was 86, a 6'4" senior, Ian Drummond, for a 12-yard touchdown with 1:26 to go in the 2nd quarter. A lot of scoring in the 2nd quarter. Pethtel will come out. The ball is up, and the kick is good. So that is a 14-7 Tangy Brave lead. A beautiful route. They had misdirection in the end zone. They had 2 guys going in different directions. Pioneers went with the 1 player, and that left Drummond opened in the back corner of the end zone. The Braves will take a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, and Coach Schroeder was talking about how he needed the defense to make good plays, just be focused and be confident. His one thing was be confident, because confidence leads to big plays and just knowing what to do on the field.
Well, and also we'll talk about the coin toss. Remember, the Braves won the toss and they declined till the 2nd half. So the Braves will have the ball coming out at the start of the 2nd half also. So they get a big touchdown, get the momentum, and then they're going to get the ball back after halftime.
Yeah, and that could stifle the Pioneers' plans for the game, but hopefully the Pioneers can do something with the little time they have left and get some more points on the board and just get some of the momentum back.
So Brady Pethtel, the senior kicker for the Braves, will kick it off. Ian Enders and Caden Konzak back deep. It is a squib kick to the middle of the field. Nobody's going to get it. Alex Lopez picks it up at the 15. He's going to try the right side. Punches it up to the middle, breaks through, gets to the 40, one man to beat, and he runs over the kickers and makes a great tackle at the 49-yard line. There's 1 minute 19 to go.
Yeah, and that was a great run. He kind of waited just to see, again, like the return for the Braves, just waited to see where the pockets were and where he could run to, and was able to get a huge gain off of that.
23, Alex Lopez picks the ball up, returns it. They moved it back. Now it's at the 48. It was at the 49, so they moved it back to the 48. So 1 minute 19 to go, 2 timeouts. Pioneers can move in and maybe get a score here. Robbie Dayhuff in, shotgun. He's got 5 receivers, no running backs. He'll take the snap and he'll actually try to run. He'll run it up the middle, picks up some blocks, punches it. He gets down to the 42-yard line, and that's going to be close to a first down. They're actually going to mark him a yard short. He'll pick up 9 yards, and the clock will still run with 1 minute and 7 to go.
Yeah, they're trying to go fast here just to get as much yardage as possible and get some points on the board.
Sure can. Second down and 1. Robbie Dayhuff in shotgun again. He's going to look to throw. He's rolling out. No one's open. He's rolling. He's under pressure. Fights off a player, and he fires it. He's got a man wide open. Complete to Sam Wine to the 10. 5. Touchdown Pioneers. No flags on the play. What a play by Robbie Dayhuff.
Yeah, that was great awareness. He stiff-armed somebody, got out of pressure, and was able to just look down the field. Great awareness, as I said, to Sam Wine, and he just had room to run to the touchdown, and that definitely that gave us back the momentum, but now we have to keep the momentum and hopefully going into the second half do some more damage to the Braves.
With 46 seconds to go in the second quarter, a 43-yard touchdown pass from Robbie Dayhuff to Sam Wine, and boy, what a play by Robbie Dayhuff. You described it so well, Grace. He was able to fight that player off and then still make the play. It's kind of a scramble drill, and Zach Harrison late getting on the field.
And number 86, Aiden Nance with extra point attempt.
Aiden Hill.
Yeah.
Aiden Hill with the extra point attempt. The ball's down. Here come the Braves. He gets the kick way up, and it is good.
Yeah.
So just what the doctor ordered if you're a Pioneer fan. That ties the score up at 14-14 with 46 seconds. So the Pioneers took 40 seconds. It took them to score. Big play. Boy, it took a big bounce there on the kickoff return for Alex Lopez. The Braves tried to squib it to run time off the clock, and Lopez got a big bounce and was able to break through. Great return for Alex Lopez.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, it only took him 40 seconds, so that's how much time you need to bounce back and get the momentum back and just keep the game going.
Well, if you're a Pioneer fan, they sure needed that. 46 seconds to go, 14-14, second quarter. Aiden Hill will kick it off, and Luke Riedel, boy, he had a big return. He obviously had the touchdown return. He's deep, and also deep for the Braves, number 10, is Caden Kaiser. Caden Kaiser is a 6'2 senior. Luke Riedel is a 6'2 senior. Both of them are co-captains for the Braves. Pioneers will need to see if they can make a tackle this time. Luke Riedel with the
that'll
huge...
be important.
Here's the kick, and they're going to try to squib it. It'll be bounces off Shablock at the 30-yard line, and he'll fight forward, and he'll fall down at the 39-yard line. Boy, he looked like he was going to bounce it out.
Yeah, he did. Number 25, Brad Snyder for the Pioneers, just got enough push on him kind of to make him lose his balance, and that just forced him to fall down on the field. So that was a good effort by Brad Snyder.
Sure was. But... good field position for the Braves, so they tried a squib kick, and the Pioneers did, and it didn't work, so 2 squib kicks backfire. Let's see if the Pioneers can play defense for 40 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they'll definitely need to make huge plays because, as you said, Braves get the ball starting second half, so they don't want to give the momentum up right now, especially if they don't get the ball starting the second half.
We got Jake Coleman, 14, Caden Kaiser, 10 of the receivers. Hagel drop back to pass. He's got some time. He fires it across the middle, hits his man, and he will be slammed down, and the ball is taken out. Does that count? The ball is taken out.
That was Mitchell Gifford. Number 10, Mitchell Gifford just stripped the ball out of his hands. That definitely, I think that counts. He wasn't down.
No flags.
He stripped it out of his hand.
Oh my goodness, so a 45-yard fumble return.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, number 10, Mitchell Gifford, the Braves player was not down. He stripped it out of his hands when it looked like Mason Faulkner just pushed him to the ground, but instead stripped it and got it for a touchdown.
My goodness, a 45-yard fumble return with 27 seconds. It is a fumble return because he strips it out of his hand. Nice job, Grace, of calling that. I can't believe that happened. Boy, we were watching, and then all of a sudden, he just took off. Mitchell Gifford's running the other way. Najib Talukdar is late getting on the field. Come on, big Najib, get out there.
And now we know it takes like 10 seconds just to make another big play, which was huge.
Coach Schroeder has to take the timeout, but it's okay. I think he's happy to take that timeout. 27 seconds to go. So in a matter of 19 seconds, the Pioneers get 2 huge touchdowns. So you talk about big plays for the Braves, we got some huge plays for the Pioneers as well.
Yeah, and I just noticed for the student sections, when the Braves scored the touchdown to go ahead, they were chanting, "This is our house," and that's what we chant when we're at home. This is actually Pioneers' house. So they were just cheering that when Mitchell Gifford scored that touchdown. And getting the student section into it helps the football players and helps them with their game.
I did not get the number of the Olentangy Brave that caught the ball. He was coming across the field, and he got hit and kind of got stood up, and everyone thought his progress was stopped, but you always teach you to play to the whistle. There was no whistle. So Aiden Hill, Spencer Hawkins on the hold. He puts the ball down. Aiden kicks the ball up. It's plenty high enough, and it is good. So the Pioneers take a 21-14 lead. All the scoring, we've got no scoring in the first quarter. We get 35 points here in the second quarter, and 3 touchdowns in the last minute. There's been 3 touchdowns in the last minute of this game. Boy, I'll tell you, momentum is crazy.
Yeah, it is. And like last year, Olentangy scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and Orange didn't get a touchdown. But the second quarter is actually where the most points were scored. So it's not a huge surprise that there have been multiple touchdowns scored in this quarter.
Well, we'll see what Coach Schroeder calls for, because the squib kick, they were able to get good return, but then also that long kickoff, the Braves got a good return there also. So the Braves return team doing a great job so far. 27 seconds to go. What a crazy last 60 seconds of football game we've had here tonight. We'll recap it all quickly at halftime. We have Tanner Lambert in studio waiting for the halftime wrap-up. So Aiden Hill will kick it, and he'll squib it again. It goes down the middle. It's picked up at the 30, 35, 40. Mitchell Gifford makes the tackle, but not before the returner gets to the 42-yard line. A nice return. I believe that was 22. It was either 22 or 37, so we'll give them both credit for the Braves. 22 is London Parrish, and 37 is Nick McCafferty. So one of those 2 players returns the ball out to the 42-yard line.
And that was 2 huge plays by Mitchell Gifford just now, the touchdown and that tackle, because as you said, the squib kick, they didn't really the Braves got better field position than Pioneers probably wanted, and that tackle just stopped him from getting even more.
All right, Connor Haig got 5 receivers. He is in the shotgun. He has 22 seconds left in the quarter. Haig will drop back. He's got time. He fires it out. He's got a man open, and it's nicely broken up by Joey Grigenti. Boy, we had a streaking number 10. That is not Mitchell Gifford. 10 is Caden Kaiser for the Braves, was streaking down the sideline. A beautiful throw by Haig, but broken up by Joey Guigenti. Yeah,
and that was nice awareness by Joey Guigenti. He obviously had a Braves player coming, but he focused on the ball and was able to just watch the ball and try and make that play. Good play by him.
He sure did. Well, he played the ball, and I thought the receiver was going to get behind him. So Haig will try it again. Same play, the same side. Guigenti is there. He breaks it up again. Incompletion. Nice job by Joey Guigenti.
Yeah, and again, he doesn't get the ball, and neither does the Braves. He uses his body and makes sure that the Braves player doesn't even have a chance, which is good awareness, as I said, and good play by him, knowing what to do in that position.
12 seconds now in the second quarter. 3rd down and 10 for the Braves. 12 seconds to go. Pioneers dropping way back. 24, Reese Dunham. Number 8, Robbie Dayhuff. And 27, Joey Guigenti. Their job, don't let anyone get behind you. Haig will fire it out to Kaiser, and it'll be overthrown. Guigenti was there, but it is overthrown, so incompletion. 3 incompletions in a row for Connor Haig.
Yeah, it looks like the Braves keep trying to go to Number 10, as you said, Caden Kaiser. But each time Joey Guagenti is there and breaks up that play and makes it impossible.
Coach Schroeder will use his last time out, so that makes 4th down, and that'll force the Braves to either punt or run the clock out. We'll see what Coach Solis decides to do for the Braves.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because obviously he doesn't want to give the ball away and give the Pioneers another chance to score and put more points on the board, but at the same time he might want to try and get them farther up the field, get more points, but there's not much time left, so we'll see what he does.
A big developing story for the Orange Pioneers. Mark Roberts is on the sideline still. We haven't seen much of Mark Roberts. He has 3 carries for the Pioneers. Only 3 carries. Usually Mark Roberts 20-25 carries in the game, but that injury on the opening kickoff has slowed him down to only 3 carries.
Yeah, as I said before, last game versus North, he had 146 yards rushing, so that'll definitely be a huge knock to our game on the offensive side.
Okay, so Coach Schroeder tries to get the Braves to punt, and they're not going to punt. They're going to go for it on 4th down. And the Pioneers had their punt return team in. So they're deep. Connor Haig's just going to run the ball. He has a big hole, and then he'll fall forward. He won't get the 1st down, but can the Pioneers stop the clock? I'm not sure what happens. Does the clock run out or not? There's 2 seconds left to go. So I guess the Pioneers will get to run the ball there. So we'll give Connor Haig a 2-yard carry. And the Pioneers can run one play here. They can throw it, just chuck it to the end zone,
yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah, but one play can make all the difference. Like we've seen before, the Pioneers just got 2 touchdowns in the span of a minute, less than a minute. So 2 seconds is enough, but we'll just see what they'll do here, see if they're just going to run it and try and get the time off the clock or go halftime.
So Mark Roberts stays on the sideline. The good thing is he's moving around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's moving around. He's not hurt enough to where he has to sit down or just completely be out of the game.
Right, so Zach Harrison on the far side of the field has double coverage. And I'm not sure what happened. Oh, Coach Solis will take a timeout. I guess he had 1 timeout left. So it's good for Coach Solis. He wants to see what the Pioneers are going to line up in, and now they can talk about it. I tell you, if you got Zach Harrison, you got a chance if you're the Pioneers.
Yeah, you do. As you said before, Zach Harrison, he's 6'6" and 245 pounds. He's a big guy, and it takes a lot. Just like as you said, double coverage just to stop him and try and slow him down.
Right, Zach Harrison. So, and then Robbie Dayhuff, he's got enough arm where he can throw it 47 yards. So you get in the end zone and you have a 6'6" player like Zach Harrison. Yeah. Anything can happen. You throw it 47 yards to the back of the end zone and see who can catch it.
Yeah, Robbie Dayhuff and Zach Harrison are both outstanding players for this Pioneer side. They both are key players to the game, and as you said, with Robbie Dayhuff's arm and Zach Harrison, just as he is, making those catches and plays, it can lead to one great play.
Sure can. 2 seconds left here in the second quarter. I'm Steve Geiger. With me is Grace Poorbaugh, celebrating her 17th birthday. Just in case you joined us late, happy birthday to Grace Poorbaugh.
Thank you.
So same play for the Pioneers. Dayhuff in the shotgun. He'll wait. He's waiting for Zach Harrison. He's watching him, and he's going to fire it. Oh, so Jake Venturi sneaks out of the backfield. Oh! Boy, he got pushed before the ball even got there.
Coach Schroeder wants that pass interference. He's asking the refs. He wants that pass interference.
How is that not a flag? Jake Venturi has no chance to catch the ball because he gets slammed to the ground. Wow. No call on the play, so that'll send us to halftime. And at halftime, the score, Orange Pioneers 21, Owen Tangy Braves 14. I'll run down the scoring real quick, and then are we going to go to Tanner and
Brooke for the halftime show. So, Tanner and Brooke, take it away.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to Owen Tangy Orange High School. We're here in the studio. It's 21-14 at half. Orange is up on little sister Tangy.
I'm sorry that Olivia Lasser, couldn't be here tonight, and we wish her and her family all the best and a speedy recovery for her mother. Like Mr. Steve Geiger said, everyone plays their best in this game. Orange drove down on the run, play, action, pass, touchdown from Dayhuff to Harrison. Special teams Tangy returns the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown. Drummond had 1 receiving touchdown. Dayhuff had 1 pick and 2 passing touchdowns, something we haven't done all year. Sam Wine had a receiving touchdown, a muffed punt to Konzak. The Orange special teams are hurting them. A touchdown let up and a muffed punt, is not what we want to see. Tangy scored off both possessions. There was a big return after the Braves passing touchdown. Kellen Sargent has made both PATs tonight, and Mitchell Gifford a defensive touchdown. Aiden Hill 1 out of 1 PATs.
Canal Winchester is losing 7-0 to Groveport High School. Rummelsburg is losing 7-0 to Gahanna. Rummelsburg's coming off a big win last week against Pick North. And across the district, Liberty High School is up 27-7 on Westerville South. So, like I said in the pregame show, Joey Guagenti going to have a big game tonight, and so far he has done that for sure. At the end of the second half, he had a big hit and then a defense pass. Again, this is Brooke Little. I did not introduce her at the beginning. She's filling in for Olivia, who was supposed to be here tonight, and I'm Tanner Lambert. So, Orange, they're probably right where they want to be. Maybe not the way they wanted to be there, though. 21-14, they are leading, but it took a lot to get there, and it really all came at the end of that second quarter. Okay. So, Brooke here, she made a really sweet hype video, I'm not even going to lie. She worked really hard on it, and we were watching it all week in class, and we just got more and more excited every single day.
I actually took a video at the Westerville North game, which was last week's game, where the Pioneers handily beat Westerville North. All of our JV players got in, which was lovely. So I filmed then, and I played the music "We Run This Town," and we got it posted on Orange Sports Live and the Juice Twitter. So if you want to go see it, go check it out.
The school spirit this week has been immaculate. People have been going crazy. They've been selling T-shirts at lunch. I have mine on underneath it. That's why you see writing, and I don't look very professional. I'm sorry about that. But you got to show your pride in your school.
I know that I'm in the lifting class here at Orange, and Coach McKendrick, who is the football lifting coach, he actually makes sure that we are all invested in the game. Whether we play football, whether we are in the band or in the student section, we are all invested in this game.
So in the second half, I'm looking forward to a better defensive play by both sides of the football. There at the second half, the defense just stopped on both sides. Now, off the muff punt, Tangy, they had good field position and they were able to score in 3 or 4 plays. And so that was set up very well for them. It was Orange's special teams' fault with the muff punt by Caden Konzak. I can't say it, I'm sorry. But Zach Harrison, he did finally get his first sack of the season after coming back from injury, and that's one of the first sacks all year for the Orange defense. I'm sure they want more of that tonight. Kyle Sussman was all up in the quarterback's face for the Braves as well.
I agree. I think defense needs to be ramped up just a tad bit more on both sides of the teams. Just because I believe, as Geiger said, we had 3 touchdowns in a minute span. So, yes, the defense does need to come up.
Yeah, defense wins championships, the way I see it. Dayhuff, he did look good throwing the ball. The pick he had wasn't all it was on him, kind of, but it was a crazy catch. It should have been on the ground. It shouldn't have been a pick. The student section has been going crazy all night. We've heard them through the boom mic over by Grace Pourball and Mr. Steve Geiger. We have our own broadcast guy, Zach Boyce. He's very proud of his student section work that he does. We don't really know what he does, but he says he does it, so we count on him for that, right?
Zach Boyce, who is a student section leader, along with Brooklyn Miller and Nolan Brooks. I was actually down there in the first half working with Victoria Pearl, who was on camera, and who, unfortunately, we weren't able to get the sideline camera working in the beginning of the game, but we hope to be down there in the second half. But when I was down there, the energy was electric, especially when we had our military heroes out. Our student section was so respectful, and it was just amazing to see. It was amazing to be a part of.
Now, last year I remember at the Old Tangy game, they were chanting, "Na na na na, hey hey, goodbye," going into halftime. They were doing a little bit of that tonight too, because they thought they'd put Orange away, and another defensive touchdown to spark that comeback again. Hopefully we'll see the same result as last year.
A huge shout out to our advisor, Mr. Brian Nicola, who is getting recognized during halftime as we speak for Teacher of the Year in the Olentangy School District. So shout out to him.
I know he does a lot of great work. Last year was my first year in the school district, and I never met a teacher quite like him. He spends so much time and cares about every single student individually, inside and out. And he teaches 2 or 3 different classes. So it's pretty cool to see him get that award, I know.
Nicola spends almost all of his time working on broadcast when he's not working on his Honors 10 English classes. He loves this program with all of his heart, and we would not be doing any of this without him today.
Live sports here at Orange Sports Live. We cover a lot of games, not just football. I know I've called a women's soccer game. We have women's field hockey this week as well. Next week we're doing volleyball, right?
Yes, I believe so. Volleyball at home against Olentangy. It is Volley for the Cure night, so if you happen to be in town and have nothing to do on your Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, please show up and show your support for breast cancer survivors.
And for Brooke. She's pretty beastie at volleyball here.
Stop, Taylor. Go ahead.
Go, no, you're good. All right, so going into the second half, I think the special teams play needs to be better as well. Aiden Hill, he came in, he kicked his PAT. I heard he was kicking 53-yard field goals at practice throughout the week. So if we have a long field goal attempt, I'm thinking they're going to put Aiden Hill in to win the game.
Some standout players we had in the first half. I mean, I gotta say, Robbie Dayhuff, I think he stepped up a little bit in the first half. Another standout player, Zach Harrison, coming back from his injury. I mean, we all kind of expected it coming in, but it's great to see that he is keeping up with what our expectations are for him.
I mean, yeah, you talk about Zach. You have him at the end of your hype video. It's pretty scary looking at that. He turns around and tells you to be quiet, and you're like, okay, I'll do that. But the Orange defense, they've had some key plays. Kyle Sussman, a senior, he's played very well tonight. He's an interior lineman. He gets back there and pressures the quarterback. And then on the back end of the field, the safeties, they're doing their job. They've only let up one receiving touchdown. That's pretty good, don't you think?
I completely agree, Tanner.
And Orange is running all over the field like I thought. Not quite 300 yards like I'm thinking is going to happen, but hopefully we see something sweet like that. And Van Cherry gets some positive yards going for him and gets his groove back.
Yeah, Jake Van Cherry had an amazing game last week at Westerville North, and we're just hoping that he can do kind of what he did last week.
Yeah, he had about 150 rushing yards last week, and I think, well, they do a 2-back combo, kind of like the Ohio State Buckeyes with Dobbins and Weber, but it's Van Cherry and, what's his name? I forget it right now. Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts and Van Cherry, they do a 2-back, 2-punch combo thing, and then sometimes they'll let Dayhuff run the ball. We didn't really see that in the first half. I'm expecting that to be a major key point in the second half that the Olentangy defense is not ready for because they are so young.
Yes, I'm sorry. We are having technical difficulties. I can't really hear my producer right now. I'm sorry. A huge shout out to our broadcast crew right now. We have live sports right now is very difficult because there's so much to do. Right now we have Jacob Fulton as technical director, and we have Jenny Marsh down at directing the actual footage of the game, Miles DeVise and Cole Patterson out on cameras. Victoria Pearl is down on sideline camera. I'm supposed to be down there as sideline reporter, but unfortunately I couldn't be there. And Anna Godoy working on our graphics. So a huge shout out to all of them. A huge shout out to our OLSD technology person, Mr. Rob Sexton. He's been running around all over town for us, and we are so appreciative of them.
Okay, again, I'd like to thank all the military servicemen and women that are here tonight, and now we're going to give you out to the best band in the state, the Orange Band. Enjoy the show.
Can you hear?
Welcome back to Tangy Orange Pioneer Field. My name is Steve Geiger. With me tonight is Grace Porball. Grace, what do you think of that first half?
I thought it went okay. Like, there are a few moments where Orange's defense broke down, and on the opposite, where Tangy's defense broke down, and we got through both ways. So it's nice that we're in the lead right now, and hopefully we can keep up our offense and our big defensive plays and keep the momentum with us and keep the score in our favor.
So the Braves will return, will get the kickoff to start the second half. We want to compliment both bands tonight. The Tangy Braves band played first, and then we got to hear the Tangy Orange band going second. So fantastic job by the bands from both teams, both schools. Quickly, I'll run down the scoring with 9:52 to go in the second quarter on a 4th and 5. It was a 5-yard touchdown pass from Robbie Dayhuff to Zach Harrison. All of the scoring in the second quarter, you talk about big plays, there were tons of big plays. 9:40 to go in the second quarter. Luke Riedel has an 87-yard kickoff return to make the score 7-7. 1:26 to go, a 12-yard touchdown pass from Connor Haig to Ian Drummond for the Braves to make it 14-7. A squib kick that's returned by Alex Lopez sets up a 43-yard touchdown pass from Robbie Dayhuff to Sam Wine to make it 14-all. And then a 45-yard fumble return by Mitchell Gifford to make it 21-14.
Yeah, and that play by Mitchell Gifford at the end was huge. Like, talk about a momentum change. Just he stripped the ball from the Tangy player and ran it back for a touchdown, giving us the lead and the momentum.
We also want to talk about Mr. Nicola was honored earlier for being Teacher of the Year for the Tangy Orange School. I want to give you some stats real quick. Not a whole lot of offense. I mean, we have a lot of scoring, but not a lot of offense. The Braves have 12 carries for 26 yards rushing. Connor Haig is 4 for 8 for 34 yards passing. So the Braves only have 60 yards of total offense in the first half.
Yeah, and again, this is a rivalry, so both teams are going at it. And usually, at least Orange, they rush the ball and pass the ball some, but rushing the ball is a huge part of their play, and that hasn't happened tonight, but they've managed to get the lead. So I think it's because of the rivalry right now that we haven't seen Orange run as much of the ball.
Right, and then two big plays for the Braves. One was the 87-yard kickoff return, and then the other was the fumbled punt return by the Pioneers, gave the Braves at the 40-yard line. So even though they have I lost his name. I'll come back to him. And Mark Roberts has one catch for 5 yards. The last guy was Caden Konzak, had one catch for 7 yards.
Yeah, and with Mark Roberts out of the game, he's a pivotal part of the offense. He carries the ball, he rushes the ball. So they'll be missing that. But as you said, there hasn't been that much offense. So maybe during this game they won't miss him as much as they would in any other game.
Right, so the Pioneers have 114 yards of offense. And the Braves have 60 yards of offense, so not a lot of offense, but lots of big plays. Gets our scoring to 21-14. The Pioneers in the lead. Pioneers will kick off back deep for the Braves. Number 10, a senior captain, Caden Kaiser, and number 5, senior captain Luke Riedel. Another squib kick is picked up by the up man. He sprints through the hole, and he's going to be tackled at the 47-yard line by Joey Guigenti. What a huge return, 37 for the Braves. That is, Nick McCafferty, a senior. Boy, the ball squibbed right to him, and he sprinted up the middle of the field. Big return.
Yeah, I think the Tangy is happy about that return, and Pioneers not so much, but it was important that Joey Guigenti and even a little bit of Aiden Hill, the kicker for Orange, helped tackle the guy and not let him get more yardage.
So Orange is afraid of Luke Riedel with the 87-yard kickoff return, trying to keep the ball out of his hands. Backfires as the up man returns it and gets it to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. They'll go to Zach Shablock. A big hole up the right side. He gets to the 40, 35. He's still alive. Down to the 28-yard line. What a run by Zach Shablock, and it will be a 49 down to the 21-yard run to start the second half.
Yeah, and that was Zach Hill got the back of him and tried dragging him down, but it didn't get him fully, so Robbie Dayhoff picked up the slack. Zach Hill couldn't get it and made the actual tackle.
Powerful run by Zach Shablock, and that gives it 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll give it to Zach Shablock, same play, right side, sprints through, takes a couple carriers, and he'll pick up 5 yards. Boy, 2 big runs for Zach Shablock to start the half for the Braves.
And you said there hasn't been much offense in the first half, but right here the Braves have had a couple huge plays where they have gotten the offensive side of the game going and made some plays to get farther up the field.
Zach Shablock had 9 carries for 23 yards in the first half, and on 2 carries he gets 26 yards already here in the second half. He doubles his numbers, and they're going to go back to Zach Shablock again on the right side, and he's got a big hole again, and he'll fight for yardage, and he'll be knocked down for another gain of 6 yards. First down, Olentangy Braves.
Yeah, the defense for the Pioneers needs to make some huge blocks and tackles so the Braves can't get any more yardage and score a touchdown and hopefully just get a field goal. But
so the Braves are running away from Zach Harrison, and I don't mean like they're afraid, but they're running to that far side of the field away from where Zach is, and they're liking what they see over on that far side and picking up big yardage. 1st and 10. From the 19-yard line, 10:30 to go here in the third quarter. Braves on the move. They'll do the exact same play again. Shablock to the right side again, another big carry, and then finally Zach Harrison will catch him, but not before he pushes forward for 9 yards. What a run by Zach Shablock.
Yeah, and as you said, they like going down the right side of the field because Zach Harrison's obviously on the other side, and they know he can make huge plays when necessary, so they're trying to get away from him so they themselves can get farther up the field.
4 carries for 41 yards for Zach Shablock to start this third quarter. Impressive running by Zach Shablock. Second down and 1.5 yard line. 1.5 yards. They need to get to the 9-yard line. At about the 10.5. Connor Haig in shotgun. He'll take it. He'll fake to Shablock. He'll fire it over the middle. He's got his man. Touchdown. Olentangy Braves.
Yeah, and you said during the first half that the Braves only had 60-some, 80-some yards on offense, and here they've just gone almost from their own 40-yard line all the way down. So they've picked up some offensive yardage there.
An 11-yard touchdown, Connor Haig to Luke Riedel.
And I don't think that's the way the Pioneers wanted to start off the second half. They had the momentum going into the second half, but they just gave it away here.
Kick is up, and the kick is good.
And number 24, Reese Dunham for the Pioneers almost blocked the extra kick, but didn't quite get it, so it is, as you said, good.
So the Braves come out on a 5-play scoring drive. They go 52 yards in 5 plays, and an impressive pass from Connor Haig across the middle to Luke Riedel, wide open. They fake that run to Zach Shablock that they'd run 4 times, and then Connor Haig makes the big completion. So that'll tie the score here at 21-21 with 9:39 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and there's still a bunch of time left in this game, so we'll just see how it progresses and where the momentum goes, and just hopefully see the big plays that are made.
We will see. So the extra point was 85 for the Braves. Brady Pethel kicks it through. Back deep for the Pioneers, Caden Konzak and Ian Enders. Well, we talk about momentum going into halftime. Braves just took the momentum back.
Yeah, they did.
Brady Pethter will tee it off, and he will kick it, and he'll kick it high and deep. Ian Enders will settle it under around about the 6-yard line. He's bringing it to the near side of the field. He'll cut it up to the 23, 24-yard line, and he's slammed down out of bounds. Nice job by 22 for the Olentangy Braves. 22, London Parrish, we've said his name a couple times tonight, sophomore linebacker for the Braves.
And that was a good catch by Ian Enders. I've seen sometimes during football practices they have that machine where they put the ball in and it snaps it with so much force out, and it's hard for the football players to catch it. So just seeing the ball come high and really with a lot of speed down, it was a good catch made by him.
Well, the officials marked the ball back 3 yards from where Ian Enders was, so instead of starting at the 25, Pioneers will start at the 22. Robbie Dayhuff will be up under center. Jake Venturi in the backfield. Alex Lopez, the lead blocker. They'll give to Venturi. Oh, my, he is going to be slammed. Boy, 9 for the Braves. Oh, my. Mitchell Grubb, the junior defensive lineman, got in there and smashed Venturi before he could get going, and a -4 loss.
Yeah, and that was a huge play by him. He got him behind the line of scrimmage, so they lost some yards there, which will put a dent in the Pioneers' offensive play.
So 9 coming from his defensive tackle position. Mitchell Grubb just sneaks through that line. He doesn't get blocked and hits Venturi in the backfield before he can get going. Second down and 14, 8:56 to go in the third quarter. The score is tied 21-21. Dayhuff will take it under center. He'll try the left side, picks up a couple blocks, dances. Ooh, gets slammed down. Oh, my, he took a big hit, but he will pick up about 5 yards, which will bring up third and a long 8.
Yeah, Robbie Dayhuff, as I said before, is crucial, and he made that run in between, dancing in between players, which got them back in front of the line of scrimmage, but they still, as you said, have 8 yards to go.
I saw 2 Braves there. I'm not sure what the numbers were. I know 44 was one of them. 44 for the Braves. Ethan Hand, a sophomore. Nice job by Ethan Hand to get in there. Third and a long 8. Dayhuff will come back, and he will have time. He's going to look to fire it, and he's getting chased from behind. He fires it across the middle, hits Sam White. He takes a big hit, hangs on to the ball, and he'll pick up the first down, going from the 25-yard line out to about the 38, a 13-yard pass to Sam White.
And that was a great play by Robbie Dayhuff. It must have something to do with Sam Wine, because that's what happened on the touchdown too. Robbie Dayhuff started running towards the right side of the field and had good awareness. Even though there was someone coming from behind and almost tackling him, he got the ball out to Sam Wine and made a huge play.
That was a nice job by Robbie Dayhuff to scramble out of there. He was getting chased by everyone. First and 10 at the 38-yard line. Dayhuff will run again. He tried the left side, then the right side, then back to the left side. Picks up a block by Caden Gonzak. He's got a big hole to the 50. He's got one man to beat. 30, 25, and he's pushed out of bounds. What a run by Robbie Dayhuff. Yeah,
that just shows his awareness on the field. He took his time, tried to go through different pockets and the left side of the field, and Caden Gonzak had a great block, and he was able to pick up a lot of yardage on that play. So good job to Robbie Dayhuff and Caden Gonzak.
37-yard run for Robbie Dayhuff. Boy, he tried the right, the left, and then back the left side, picks up that block, sprints down the left sideline, and gets it down to the 25-yard line. It is a 37-yard run for Robbie Dayhuff. What a run. First and 10 for the Pioneers. 21-21 is our score. Dayhuff in the shotgun. He'll take it. He'll give to Venturi. He'll try the left side. He dances up, goes through the hole, falls forward, and they will give him, boy, you always never know where the officials are going to stop. They dance around, and then they walk back, and they're going to give him 5 yards.
So it was a good first play after that big run by Robbie Dayhuff. They were able to get some yardage there and continue the momentum on their side.
They never want to have a second and long, so 2nd and 5, very makeable for the Pioneers. Dayhuff in the shotgun again. He's got Venturi in the backfield with him. Dayhuff's going to change the play. Zach Harrison and Caden Gonzak on the near side. Dayhuff will try Venturi on the left side. He'll battle, push, shove, gets pushed, gets smashed, and will gain about 3 yards.
Yeah, Venturi was fighting there. He got some yards, but it's still third down. Hopefully they can get across and get a first down, get closer to the end zone.
Third and short. Third and a couple yards. That's very makeable. 3 receivers in now. Zach Harrison, 13. Jack Fenton, 4. Caden Gonzak, number 1. Zach Harrison will go by himself to the far side. Jake Van Cherry in the backfield. 3rd and 2. The Pioneers need to get to the 15-yard line. Dayhuff in the shotgun, takes the snap from Jeff Sullivan. He'll keep it himself, plow through, 15-10. Oh, he took a big hit. Down to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, he did. He took a big hit on that one. Stayed down for just a couple of seconds than he usually would. And it looks like Jake Van Cherry is already a great player on this team. He's already made some pivotal decisions and plays, but now that Mark Roberts is out, he's even more key to this offense.
They needed 2 yards. Robbie Dayhuff gets them 10. And he took a big helmet-to-helmet shot, but he looks like he's going to be okay. 5 receivers now. Zach Harrison, Caden Konzak on the near side. Jake Van Cherry, Zane Laddig, Sam Wine on the far side. Laddig will take the snap. He looks to the left side, fires it out. He gets Jake Van Cherry. He'll try and plow and try, and he'll get it down to the 3-yard line. 7-yard completion, Jake Van Cherry.
Yeah, Jake Van Cherry had 2 or 3 different Brave players on him, but used his strength to push forward and gain some even more yards to get even closer to that end zone.
Impressive drive for the Pioneers, answering the touchdown drive. Boy, the Braves came out and punched him in the face. A 5-play, 50-yard drive to tie the score. The Pioneers are answering back. 5:51 to go here in the 3rd quarter. They've got 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line.
You can hear the scream of the student section after the drum line. Drum line is huge. It helps hype up and get everybody pumped for the game.
So Van Cherry will take the ball and he'll try the right side. Touchdown! Jake Van Cherry, 3-yard touchdown.
And that was huge. Pioneers got the ball at their own 25 and brought it all the way down the field to score. Jake Van Cherry with that touchdown. And as I said before, he's kind of taken the place now that Mark Roberts is out. He's taken his place and helped the Pioneers get the momentum back, get the lead back, which is good.
Nice run by Jake Van Cherry. Zane Laddig is the long snapper. Spencer Hawkins will be the holder. Aiden Hill will be the kicker. And we'll see, the Pioneers were going to fake they were going to go for 2, but now they will set up to go for the traditional extra point. Oh boy, offsides and stuff, I think. I don't know. Yep, offsides against the Braves. So that'll move it to the 1.5-yard line. So Coach Laddig will have a decision, or actually to the half-yard line.
Do you think, does that change anything? Are they still going for the extra point, 2-pointer?
I still look like they're going to go to the 1-yard line. I guess Coach Schroeder just declined it. I don't think they didn't move the ball at all. It's still at the 3-yard line. The ball's down. Hawkins gets it down. Aiden Hill kicks it up, and it is good. So Tangy Orange will take the lead at 28-21.
Yeah, we'll see how the Braves respond, and even more so how the Pioneers respond. Usually once the team gets the lead, sometimes they sit back and think they have the lead not for good, but for the time being, and don't play as hard. So we'll see how both teams react, which is important.
Well, special teams have not been the friend of the Tangy Orange Pioneers tonight. The kickoff, we'll see what they can do. They tried that squib kick, but that middleman for the Braves picks it up and runs it every time. If you want to squib it, you want to kick it away from everybody. So we'll see if they squib it or if they try to kick it deep again to Luke Riedel. Luke Riedel, if you weren't here earlier, had an 87-yard kickoff return with 9:40 to go in the 2nd quarter. So Luke Riedel doing a nice job on the big kickoff return.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I might want to see them try that big long kick again and just see if they can block this time and just stop him farther up the field. See how effective that is.
37 is Nick McCafferty. He's a senior for the Braves. He gets the ball. He's right in the middle of the formation there at the 30-yard line. He's picked up that squib kick and gotten big return yardage for the Braves. So Aiden Hill will tee it up. We'll see if it's a squib or if it's a deep kick. And he kicks it. It's a pooch kick. And the man will take it at the 25-yard line. And he breaks the tackle and gets it out to the 41. So that's Zach Shablock with a big return out to the 41-yard line. The Brave Pioneers can't get him down. And the special teams backfire again.
Yeah, as I said before, Coach Schroeder said the last game during North, they had a good game in tackling the skilled athletes, the skilled players on the North team, and they haven't been doing a very good job of that tonight, at least on the kickoffs and punt returns. So hopefully the coaches will figure something out and it'll improve.
Well, they tried the pooch kick. The pooch kick didn't work either. Boy, Jack Shablock.
Mr. Smith, now back to Grace and Mr. Geiger.
Braves is so strong. Well, Braves Pioneers need to get some stops. They weren't able to get that on that first possession. A man in motion. That'll be Luke Riedel. He catches it. He pulls it up. He'll get to the 50, 45, 42-yard line. What a run by Luke Riedel.
And that was a tackle made by number 26, Ethan Atkins. And Luke, you said?
Luke Riedel, yep.
Luke Riedel. He has good feet. He goes in between and out of players, and that was a good tackle in the end by Ethan Atkins.
Well, Luke Riedel picked up his blocks and ran the ball well. My goodness, that was a big run. So the Braves are liking the jet sweep around to either side. But the Pioneers haven't been able to stop it. 1st and 10 from the 37. He'll give it to Zach Shablock. This time, the Braves are there. The Pioneers are there, and they slam him down, and he'll lose 3 yards.
Yeah, that was a good tackle effort by number 10, Mitchell Gifford, and number 19, I think it was, Brant Keitlinger. They got him behind the line of scrimmage, made him lose some yards, and now it's the second down and long. 14
carries for Zach Shablock, and almost all of them are on the jet sweep type or sweep motion type of a set. 2nd and 14 with 4:37 to go here in the third quarter. Connor Hagel will get it. He'll roll to his right. He's looking downfield. He's got some room. He cuts it up to the 40, 37-yard line. So Connor Hagel pick up 10 yards on the quarterback scramble.
Yeah, that was good awareness by the Olentangy's quarterback, just seeing that there was space to run and going up the middle of the field, gaining a lot of yards and getting a good position for third down.
Connor Hagan, an impressive athlete. He scrambles, but then he's got a really nice touch on the ball. He can fire it out there, but he can also run with the ball. So 3rd and 4, big play for both teams from the 38-yard line. Man in motion is Luke Riedel. They'll give it to him. He bobbles the ball. Brant Keitlinger got in there. Zach Harrison will catch him and throw him down behind the line of scrimmage. And he'll get no gain on the carry for Luke Riedel, so that'll bring up 4th and 4 for the Braves.
Yeah, good tackle there by Zach Harrison. Don't know what would happen if they would have gotten that first down, so it was a key play from Zach to stop it and make it a 4th down.
They're actually going to mark him back a yard on that carry, so 4th and 5 now. And this is, again, a huge play. We have a lot of huge plays in this rival.
Yeah, Coach Solis is going for it.
Coach Solis will go for it. 4th and 5 from the 38-yard line. No running backs in the backfield. Connor Hagel, he'll fire it out. Complete. 1st down, Olentangy Braves. That's almost a gimme every time. 7 yards to number 10. This is the 3rd time that they've run that play. And Caden Kaiser has been open every time.
Yeah, smart decision by Coach Solis, and the awareness of the rest of the team for seeing that person was open and giving him the ball.
All right, Connor Hagan's got a really strong arm. He gets that out quick, fires it out to that flat, and gets it to the receiver quickly. He's got a great arm, so 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. 3:12 to go in this third quarter. Haig will get it. He'll give it to Shablock. He'll try the middle. He's got a big hole. Gets to the 20. Breaks the tackle. 15, 10-yard line. Big run by Zach Shablock. Shablock, a 23-yard run right up the middle.
Yeah, Zach Shablock just used his feet. He went one way, faked a player out, and just kept going up the field until 3 orange players had to take him down.
Boy, Zach Shablock, I was just saying he never runs up the middle, and he proves me wrong. A big run right up the middle for 23 yards. Pioneers really slowed down that Brave offense the first half. They had not much success with the Pioneer defense here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Luke Riedel in motion. They'll give to him. He'll try the right side. He dances. He's got a whole 5-4, 3-yard line before he's taken down.
Yeah, and that was a team effort by Orange there to surround him and get him down, and so he couldn't score a touchdown.
But he gets about 7 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 3 from the 3-yard line. We have 2:21 to go in the third quarter. The Braves are down 28-21. Pioneers are ahead 28-21, but the Braves are on the doorstep. 2nd down and 3 from the 4, Crazy backfield. Connor Haig fumbles the ball. Fight for the ball down low. Let's see who comes up with it. Pioneers are saying they got it. I don't see anybody who comes up with it. Either Zach Harrison gets it or maybe 10 again. Mitchell Gifford.
Yeah, either way, whoever got that ball, Zach Harrison or Mitchell Gifford, they both have been having a great night tonight. Mitchell Gifford with the touchdown from a strip. and a huge defensive play earlier on. So it's a great play.
Oh, it was a big fight at the bottom of the pile. It was a miscommunication. Connor Haig tried to get the snap, and it never got to him, and it just kind of rolled around, and a bunch of players digging for it. The Pioneers come up with it. Boy, that's a big stop for the Pioneers right when they needed it.
Yeah, and it gives them even more momentum than they've already have, and just as you said, they needed that. If they gave up a touchdown, the game would have been completely different.
Sure would have. 28-21, Pioneers in the lead. And they will have the 1st and 10 from the 5. Jake Venturi will try the right side, and he is tripped up and slammed down, and he'll lose a couple yards on there. And I believe 37 got back there again for the Braves. Nick McCafferty from his linebacking spot trips him up before he can get going and lose 2 yards.
Yeah, number 16, Zane Laddick for the Pioneers just came into the game. Jack Fenton just came out.
So it's a 2-yard loss for Jake Venturi. Pioneers need to be careful. They're deep in their own end. So 2nd and 12 from their 3-yard line. What a play by Connor McCafferty. Nick McCafferty, excuse me. Day up under center. He'll turn, give to Venturi. He'll try the left side, and he'll get those 2 yards back. Get back 3 yards. They'll give him out to the 6-yard line.
What do you think the smartest thing to do here is?
I'll tell you.
No, you're back in your own. You're right. You're back in your own end of the field. You don't have much space to do anything. Do you throw it? Do you run it? What's the best thing?
Well, I'm usually very bad at predictions. But I'll tell you what, though. You have a senior captain quarterback, Robbie Dayhuff. You can throw here. Plus, you have great receivers. So he's got 4 receivers. 3rd and 9. 42 seconds to go from the 6-yard line. Dayhuff will take it. He'll give the handoff to Venturi, and he'll get smashed and crashed for no gain up the middle. So they took your advice, and they just tried a safe run up the middle, and no gain, and the Pioneers will have to punt.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that they couldn't get a first down to at least move the ball farther up on their end of the field so that the Braves would be farther back on their own. So the Braves will have great field position at the end of this punt.
Coach Schroeder's going to let that clock run down at the end of the 3rd quarter here. 7 seconds. It's going to just go ahead and run all the way down, and we'll switch ends. So we have 2 touchdowns coming out after halftime. 11-yard TD pass from Haig to Riedel, and then a 3-yard touchdown run by Venturi. The score at the end of the 3rd quarter, Orange holding on to the lead 28-21 over the Tangy Braves.
Yeah, both teams have had a decent third.
You know the student down here kicking the extra point?
I feel like that's Maddie Erickson, but I don't know for sure. Can't really tell from up here.
Did you see what the ball did? It hit the crossbar.
Yeah.
And then there's the young man, and boy, made it by plenty.
No, it didn't go in.
Oh, he waved it off.
Yeah,
It was high enough.
To the left. It went to the left.
Oh, in his socks, okay. Stay with us at the end of the game. Grace Porball and I will announce the Buffalo Wings blazing offensive and defensive players of the game.
Certainly are blazing.
And well, I'll tell you what, we've got a lot of possible candidates. Both teams playing so well. Lots of big plays for both teams. So this will be a big play here for Jack Fenton. He's the punter for the Tangy Orange Pioneers. And he will be deep in his own end zone.
Yeah, we'll see how far this ball can get. We'll see how strong his leg is.
Yeah, he's about 2 yards from the back of his end zone. Deep for the Braves, 10 and 5. 5 Luke Riedel. 10 is Caden Kaiser. So Jack will take the snap. He will punt it. Good high kick all the way out, and a fair caught at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great punt.
It is a great punt for Jack Fenton from his own end zone. We'll give him I think about 37 yards because you got to take the 5 yards,
yeah.
But he really probably kicked it 50 yards in the air.
Yeah, that's not his regular position, is it?
Yep, he's been punting.
He has been?
Yep.
Okay.
He switched off earlier in the year, but he has been the main punter for the last couple of games.
But that's not his. Is that like his main position on the field, or he just does that on the side because there's?
Well, he does both. Yeah, so he's wide receiver,
both? Okay,
right?
Yeah.
Wide receiver, wing back, and then punter. Okay, so Braves have great field position. 1st and 10. They'll give it to Shabak. He'll try the middle, and he'll get a big run, and he'll go right up the middle for about 9 yards, breaking some tackles.
Yeah, Mason Faulkner just got his leg there, so he couldn't get any farther and not get the first down, which was a good play by Mason Faulkner, number 50 for the Pioneers.
The Braves do have great field position, but it's only because the Pioneers stopped them earlier. So 2nd and 1, Connor Haig in the shotgun, the quarterback for the Braves.
Yeah, and the Pioneers defense have made a lot of huge defensive plays, so we'll see if they can make one here and stop them.
Jake Coleman for the Braves goes in motion to the other side of the field, and now, a penalty. And I don't know what they're going to call. And he's talking to the coach. A sideline warning. Okay. For the Braves. Yeah, the Braves were too close over there, so the official throws the flag, gives them a sideline warning, which is not a penalty, it's just a warning.
So no yards were lost or gained.
That's right. So if it happens again, there will be a penalty.
Okay.
2nd and 1, Connor Haig in shotgun from the 33-yard line. He takes the snap, he gives it to Zach Shablock. He tries the left side, he runs into Zach Hill, he'll fight forward. And they will, I don't know where they're going to mark him. They're going to mark him for no gain, and they'll bring up 3rd and 1.
That was a great tackle by Zach Hill. He just showed his strength there, just wrapped his arms around him and pulled him backwards so he couldn't get across that yard line.
Well, they actually moved him back a yard. Yeah. So 3rd and 2, huge play. Coaches are trying to get the student section into the game here. 3rd and 2 from the 33. Connor Haig in the shotgun. Here comes Shablock in motion. The ball rolls to him. He gives it to Shablock. He tries the left side, and he'll be hit and slammed down again for no gain. And I believe Zach Hill got him again.
Yeah. 2 great plays by Zach Hill. 2 great defensive plays so that Braves couldn't get a 1st and goal and use the great field position that they already had to their advantage.
So it went from 2nd and 2 to 4th and 4. 10:06 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 4th and 4 from the 36-yard line, and it looks like Coach Solis is going to let that play clock run down before he decides, might going to call a timeout before he decides what he wants to do here.
And his choice on what to do here is going to be crucial to how the next few plays are set up. Either they'll punt and the Pioneers get the ball, or they go for it and just see how it goes from there.
Right, so let's talk about it. The ball's at the 36-yard line.
Could they try field goal?
Well, field goal from there would be 36 plus, that'd be like 53 yards. So I doubt that they'll try a field goal. I'm just saying, if they don't get it, they give the Pioneers great field position.
Yes, they will.
And then the Pioneers maybe score, and then the game is over. But then if they do get it, then they can obviously keep going.
Yeah.
So it's a big decision. The Braves defense pretty strong that last possession. You could try to punt it and get them down, get the Pioneers down in their own end again.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, but I feel like with the way the defense is right now, they might just want to punt it away because at least the past 2 plays of the game, just a number of plays throughout the entire game, they've been doing really well in stopping them. So I don't know what he'll choose to do.
Right, I would think that too, but the quarterback does stay on the field for the Braves, so they will not punt. So a huge play in the game for both teams. We've had a couple of these big plays. 9:46 to go here in the 4th quarter, 4th down and 4. They need to get to the 32-yard line for the 1st down. Connor Haig in shotgun. The fans come alive on the Pioneer side, screaming and yelling. High snap. He fakes to Riedel. Haig's going to try the left side, and he's going to be stood up and slammed down. No gain.
That was another great play. 3 great defensive plays in a row. Pretty sure, was that was Zach Hill? Was that Zach Hill?
I saw 30. Yeah, he is fired up. I saw 30 and 20 over there. So we'll give Zach Hill credit. We'll give 30 credit, who is Eli Payne, and then also 20, Dom Davis. All of them over there for the Pioneers. So kind of like Penn State, Tangy outsmarts themselves, tries to go with the quarterback sneak that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Where Penn State should have given it to the quarterback and didn't in their game.
Yeah.
Zach Shablock was having a lot of success running, so they fake it to the handoff to the running back, and it doesn't work. The Pioneers stay home. I had to get that in there at some point tonight. Sorry about that, Grace. So we'll give it to Jake Venturi. He'll try the right side. He'll spin and get slammed down, and it'll give him a positive 1 yard.
Just going back to the defense that's been going on recently for the Pioneers, they've had a number of plays in a row, and it's not just one person, it's their whole defense that have made an
impact.
Yeah, that's the word. Couldn't think of it.
It's always easier to think of it when you're not talking.
Yeah, it is.
So Grace is a huge Penn State fan, just so we had to get that Penn State reference. I'm a huge Ohio State fan. So 2nd and 9. Second and 9 for the Pioneers. Fourth quarter. So Dayhuff will fire it out to Caden Konzak. He'll catch it at the 35, and he'll be slammed down, and he'll only get about 2 yards on the pass completion.
Yeah, Zach Harrison tried to make the block there, and he got him, but there wasn't enough space between him and the rest of the field in the end line, so Caden Konzak wasn't able to run as much as he would have hoped.
Clock's running, 8:37 to go here in the fourth quarter. Plenty of time left for both teams, so no reason to hit the panic button. Big play here for the Pioneers, 3rd and 7 from their 39-yard line. They need to get out to the 46. 3rd down and 7. Dayhuff in the shotgun. 2 receivers, Zach Harrison, one of them on the far side of the field. Dayhuff will look to that side. He's waiting, he's looking. There's nobody open. And he's going to try to roll back to the left side, and he'll be slammed down for a 5-yard loss. Nobody open downfield, and he is thrown down by 44 for the Braves. 44, Ethan Hand, the sophomore, again making a big play for the Olentangy Braves.
Yeah, and as you said, you need in this time, it's crucial to stay calm and compact and just feel the energy of the game and keep going. And that was one of Coach Schroeder's points. He said they need to, during this rivalry, they get anxious, they get nerves, but they need to stay focused and calm in order to play as best as they can.
Robbie Dayhuff did not panic. He did take the loss, but he didn't throw an interception. Jack Fenton will come out to punt again. He runs it and kicks it to that far right side, trying to kick it away from Luke Riedel, and he does, but it takes a brave bounce and bounces back. But a nice punt by Jack Fenton keeps it away from Luke Riedel, and it'll go out of bounds at about the 38-yard line for the Braves.
Yeah, 2 nice punts in a row for Jack Fenton. He's just getting the ball out of there and trying to give the Braves get the Braves as far back in their own half of the field as possible.
Fourth quarter, 7:24 to go. The Braves are losing 28-21. I'm going to try again to give credit to our production crew. We get to Mr. Brian Nicolas, the teacher that sets this up for us. Back in the studio, we have our director, Jacob Fulton, technical director, Jenny Marsh, and our teleprompter and production, Anna Godet. Did I say that right?
Godoy.
Wow, sorry, Anna. I'll get the rest of our crew here in a second on the next play. 1st and 10 for the Braves from their 37-yard line. 7:24 to go in the fourth quarter. And it will be a delay of game. The Braves let the play clock run down on the field, and that'll move them back 5 yards.
And that's huge. That's unnecessary yards that you've given up there.
Anna Godoy, okay. Cameras tonight are Cole Patterson, Miles DeVise, and Victoria Pearl. Production assistant Ryan Hess. We have Brooke Little and Tanner Lambert back in the studio, and I am Steve Geiger. With me tonight, Grace Porball. 1st and 15 for the Braves from their 32-yard line. Connor Haig is in the shotgun. He'll turn. He'll give it to. No, he'll fake to Shablock. He'll roll to the right side. He's got several receivers open. Fires it down the field, complete to Kaiser. He'll catch the ball. Stiff arms Robbie Dayhuff to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's tackled, tripped up. What a huge play from the 32 down to the 5-yard line. That is a 53-yard pass.
Yeah, that was a huge play by the Braves right there. The quarterback just looked down the field and continued to wait until someone was open, and he used his eyesight to just pick him out and threw the ball right to him, allowing him to get more yards and run after that play.
Boy, I'll tell you, Caden Kaiser for the Braves, number 10, wide open in the middle of the field. That's one thing Coach Barrett and I talked about earlier this week. There's so much misdirection, players going in different directions. It's difficult for those defenders to know where the ball is. I thought Shablock was going the other way. Haig comes this way, stops and fires it down the middle of the field. And the Braves, lots of miscommunication where they get the ball down to the 6-yard line, and Coach Solis will have to take a timeout.
Yeah, that was huge for the Braves. They're starting to get the momentum back. As I said before, the defense has had a number of huge plays in a row. Maybe they might be able to have some more huge plays and force field goal or...
Hi guys, I'm Brooke Little reporting live from Pioneer Field, and here with me I have a freshman at Ohio University and former Olentangy Orange football player Bryce Houston. So Bryce, how do you think the beginning of the game has gone so far for the Pioneers?
I'm proud of my team. They're doing well. They're putting up points. They're stopping them. I'm just happy I'm here to be able to see it.
And what do you think they should do in order to win the rest of the game?
I mean, just keep doing what they're doing, staying patient, staying focused, listening to the coaches. They're going to be all right.
And one last question. question. What is something that Coach Schroeder told you last year that you think the boys should be keeping in mind right now to finish out the game?
Just to keep in mind, just taking all the experience. I mean, this is high school football, something you'll never take away, and this is awesome. So this is the best experience of my life, and I'll never forget about it.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Bryce Houston reporting from Pioneer Field.
Boy, he had a huge hole. I thought Shablock was going to score, but he'll still pick up 5 yards and get it down to the 1.
Yeah, there are numerous blocks in a pocket of space where I thought he might have been able to run into, but the Pioneers defense did a good job of stopping him short of the end zone.
Well, the Pioneer defense has been on the field a lot, especially this fourth quarter, and they're looking a little bit winded out there.
Just a little bit.
They sure are. 2nd down and 1. 6:14 to go in the fourth quarter. Connor Hagan, the shotgun. Zach Shablock in the backfield with him. He'll turn. He'll give it to Shablock. Big hole. Touchdown. ONTNG Braves.
And number 6 on Pioneers defense, Zach Hill, he got a hold of him a little bit, but he was able to get loose and get into the end zone time being.
So with 6, Shablock with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, the Pioneers defense, they've had a huge number of really good plays, but in that one they just let him get through the pocket and sorry, there's a bug that just flew in here.
So Brady Pethtel will kick the extra point. It is up, it is high enough, and it is good. And that ties the score at 28-28.
Yeah, and as you said, the defense has been on the field a lot, and it's taxing. It's tiring to be on the field as much as they've been, but as I've said before, that the Pioneers usually don't have the greater time of possession than the other team. They usually have less possession than the other team on offense, but they seem to be able to do more with the ball than the other team, so we'll see how it goes from here.
You want to talk about momentum. Yeah. The Braves really seem like they've had the ball the whole time the fourth quarter, and watching these Pioneers walk off, they look tired.
Yeah, they do. Before they were getting the crowd pumped, they were waving their arms. The coaches were even doing that, but now they just look they look tired just standing on the sideline, but maybe they'll get the momentum back and start feeling that way again.
So it'll be up to the Pioneer offense to at least get a couple first downs to give their defense a chance to rest. Back deep for the Pioneers will be Ian Enders, Caden Konzak. Brady Pethtel will kick it off for the Braves. He will kick it high, he'll kick it deep. This will go to Caden Konzak back at his own 5-yard line. Gets it out to the 10, makes a move, 20, and he'll be slammed down at the 22-yard line.
That was a good run by him. He got it almost back near their end zone and got it up. Flag on the play? Yeah,
it's a late flag on the play. Boy, a couple of guys got tied up, and they're going to call holding on the boy, what a unbelievable late flag. But they will call the holding on the Pioneers, and that'll move them back 10 more yards.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Things just aren't going their way right now.
Not what the Pioneers needed. So a 10-yard holding penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. Or did they call a personal foul? If they called a personal foul, that'll move it back 15 yards.
And that's just unfortunate. Like, you just get scored on. You're trying to get the momentum back, but then you don't get good field position and you give up a flag, so it just moves you back even farther.
Well, I saw the play, and the Brave player had a hold of the Pioneer player, and the Pioneer shoved him to get him to let go, and that's what they called the flag on. I mean, it seems kind of innocent and a rough game, but first down and 10 for the Pioneers. Dayhoff will give to Vancheri. He'll try the left side. He's got a hole, dances around, gets it out to the 19-yard line, so 7-yard run for Jake Vancheri.
That was a good run. He had a pocket of space. He saw it. He did a move. He got around a player. He just getting slowly by what's the
Shirley?
word? Yeah, Shirley was slowly moving up the field.
All right. Clock is running. Fourth quarter, 5:34 to go in this fourth quarter. The score is tied, 28-28. Pioneers 28, Braves 28. Second down and 3 from the 19-yard line. Second down and 4 maybe. They need to get out to the 23-yard line. DeHuff will fake to Vencheri. He'll try to run it himself. Nothing there. Bounces off of a tackler. It falls forward, and he'll be close actually to the first down. It depends on the spot.
I think he got the first down.
It does look like they are pointing. The one official on the near side is pointing first down, and they are going to give him the first down. So great 3-yard run by Robbie DeHuff.
Yeah, even the little plays can make a huge difference in the game. That right there got them the first down, more chance, more opportunities to get farther down the field.
1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Pioneers have the ball. 5:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Scores tied 28-28. Pioneers have all 3 of their timeouts if they need them. 1st and 10. DeHuff in the shotgun. He'll take it. He'll give to Vencheri. He'll try the right side. He dances. He bounces it in. Smashed down. And, whoa, marked short, but they'll give him about 3 yards on the run.
Yeah, it was a decent run by Jake Vencheri. He tried to find the pocket, but it wasn't there. There was a block, but it didn't give him as much space as he needed to try and get more yardage.
2nd down and 7. The ball's on the 25-yard line. 4:26 to go in the fourth quarter. Najib Talukdor moves to the far side of the formation. DeHuff will take the snap. He's got time. Hill's going to run it. He dances to the left side, picks up a block from Zach Harrison. He gets to the 30, cuts it up 35-40, and he's hit out of bounds. You got to call that, and they do. Boy, he was hit out of bounds by a Brave.
Great play. And that was kind of smart on Robbie DeHuff's part. He kind of slowed down toward the end, but then went more towards the sideline. He knew what he was doing, and the Braves player took the bait and just knocked him even more out of the sideline, even though he already was, giving them more yardage on the play.
A 13-yard run by Robbie DeHuff, and then let's add 15 more on the late hit out of bounds.
Yeah, great play by Orange.
That was, I'm not going to say the number of the Brave player. I don't, you don't want to point out mistakes, but it was a junior that did it. So Pioneers move into the Braves' end of the field, 46-yard line, 1st and 10, 4:08 to go here in the fourth quarter. Robbie DeHuff all by himself. He'll take the snap, and he's going to run it again. He tries the left side. Ooh, and he gets smashed this time. Wow, lots of Braves got there, and 52 puts the biggest hit of all, smashes him to the ground, lands on top of him. 52 for the Braves is Colton Daup, a 6'1" senior linebacker. Colton Daup is having a big game. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, Robbie DeHuff has taken a lot of hits tonight, but he's shown what he can do and pushes through everything that's come at him. And he's had a great game so far.
He sure has had a great game. 2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line. Robbie DeHuff is in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. And Vencheri will take it. He pounds it through and picks up about 6 yards down to the 40-yard line. Nice run by Jake Vencheri.
Yeah, he's shown his strength and what he can do all game. And now that Mark Roberts is out of the game, he has to be even more present on the team and make even more plays, which he's done right there. 3rd down and 4 from the 40-yard line. Pioneers are looking to the sideline to try to get the plays. A lot of tired players out there on both sides. 4 receivers in for the Pioneers. 3 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Clock's running. 3rd and 4 from the 40. DeHuff, the senior, takes the ball. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking. He's in trouble. He's going to duck it up. He's going to try to run it. He runs into his own man. Keeps fighting. Runs into his own man again. And he's going to get a 0-yard gain there. Boy, he had a big play possibly happening. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Running into your own player not once but twice. That can take a toll on the yardage gained, and he needed to get that. He needed to get more yards forward. So there's a flag on the play.
Oh my! Oh, I think that's the sideline warning again.
Oh, that was another sideline warning?
Yeah. So at 5 yards gives the Pioneers a first down. I saw the ref doing this, which means sideline warning.
So do they give that if they're too close to the field, or if they're just so they have to be a certain amount away?
Right. So you see that the white line.
Next white line.
Yep. Everybody's got to be behind the white line except for the head coach.
Okay.
And then I guess the assistant coaches are allowed to be out there too. So that far official thought that the Braves were across the line. So with 2:42 to go in the game, and I'm not sure what the discussion is, what's happening now.
Well, if it stays like this, that was huge for Orange.
It sure was. They did not get the first down. and the sideline warning, the Braves were celebrating, I think, and all their players were jumping up and down, and the ref throws the flag. Huge call. Clock's running. 2:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. 28-28. Ball's on the 34-yard line. First down and 10. Dayhuff's going to look to the side. The play clock set 4, 3, 2, and Coach Schroeder's going to take a timeout. That's okay. Good timeout here. Boy, the Pioneers look tired. So 2:16 to go in the fourth quarter. First down and 10 for the Pioneers. They are at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, and they still have 2 more timeouts, right?
They do still have 2 timeouts. So, they're close enough where the timeouts on this drive, I don't know if they would be another drive, but that's not going to hurt them, I don't think. All right, Coach Grace Porball, what do you do if you're the coach?
I don't know. I think right now the momentum has been with running the ball and with Jake Van Cherry. And there hasn't been very many passing. I mean, there's been passing options, but they haven't taken them as much as there have been. So I say I'd stick with running the ball.
Stick with running the ball. Okay. I'm thinking throw the ball.
We'll see who's right.
Yes, well, that's why we get to sit up here. We don't have to make these big decisions. Stay with us here as this game finishes. We will have our Buffalo Wild Wings blazing offensive and defensive players of the game. And we got a lot of candidates we'll have to decide quickly as this game comes winding down. Robbie Dayhuff has 16 carries on the night. Jake Van Cherry, 14 carries on the night. Robbie Dayhuff has had 16 passes. So first and 10 from the 34. Let's see what the Pioneers do. He'll turn. He'll give to Van Cherry. He'll try the right side, and he'll keep fighting. Breaks some tackles. Nice run by Jake Van Cherry. It seemed like nothing there, and he'll get 3 yards. Yeah,
as you said, it seemed like nothing was there, but he used his strength and power to try and gain a few more yards than he originally would have if he just got down on the field where he would have been.
Second down and 7. Clock's running. 1:55 to go in the fourth quarter. The score 28-28. Tie game. Pioneers taking their time breaking the huddle. They got it at the 31-yard line. They need to get to the 24 to get another first down. Second down and 7. Dayhuff in the shotgun. He'll take it. He's going to pass. He fires it deep. He's looking for Zach Harrison. Jump ball. Zach Harrison catches it. 3 players there, and they'll slam him down at the 9-yard line. What a catch by Zach Harrison from the 31 down to the 9. 22-yard pass.
And when Robbie Dayhuff connecting with Zach Harrison, that was a huge play. It was needed. It gets them even closer to the end zone and potentially a lead in the game.
So he falls actually to the 6-yard line. So we'll give him a couple more yards, 24 yards on the pass completion. But I was starting to think Zach Harrison needs to make his presence felt, and they finally do.
Yeah.
And now I don't know what's happening. They're all waving their arms. I believe somebody called a timeout, and I still have been no sign from the official who called the timeout.
Yeah, I don't know, but that play.
An official's timeout. Now, it looked like he did an official's timeout.
Just to discuss what's going on? I don't know. Well, it gives each team a chance to talk with their coaches and decide what to do and what's going on. So it'll give the Pioneers an opportunity to see what to do on offense, and the Braves an opportunity to see how they can stop the Pioneers.
1:23 to go in the game. Somebody called timeout. I think it was just an official's timeout. Yeah, it was just an official's timeout.
Thank you.
1:23 to go in the game. The Pioneers have the ball at the 6-yard line. So I was right. I said pass.
They ran first. But they did pass. The pass was the key.
All right, so we're both right.
Yeah.
So now I would either run or throw it to Zach Harrison. That's what I would do. Now Coach Schroeder wants to talk about these. I don't know what we're doing. Coach Schroeder's talking to the officials. They'll back up the players. Okay, so that's what it was.
To add more time to the clock?
They want to add more time to the clock. It's down to 1:23, and that's what the whole discussion was. So I don't think they took a timeout then. So I think the Braves still has a timeout then.
Their coach won that argument.
He sure did. He got some extra time. Now they're going to wind the clock. Now they're winding the clock, and the play clock is off. I don't know how that happened, but I don't know. All right, so big play here. First down and goal from the 6. 1:18 to go. The score is tied 28-28. Dayhuff will take the snap, and he will keep it. He'll try the right side. He runs into trouble. He'll go to the left side. He's tripped up. He's thrown down for a loss. Let's see who got his toes. Number 12 for the Braves gets in there, grabs his feet, and was able to tackle him. 12 is Landon Johnson, a sophomore linebacker.
Yeah, the defensive line for the Braves clogged every area up that Robbie would have wanted to run to, and he tried to go one way but couldn't, and tried to go around to the left, and just the Braves defense caught up to him and got him on the foot.
So the field clock is not running, so nobody knows how much time to go with the field clock's not running. 2nd and 7, 34 seconds to go. Dayhuff will take it. He'll try to run it again. He'll try the left side, and he's slammed down by 44. Not after a gain of 1 yard. 44 for the Braves. Ethan Hand in there again, and now Coach Schroeder will call a timeout with 19 seconds to go. 3rd and goal. 3rd down and goal, and the Pioneers take their second timeout, so they have 1 timeout left. Each team, I believe, has 1 timeout remaining.
And Schroeder probably just wants to talk with his offensive line and everyone else on the field at the moment, just about what to do next. They're on a 3rd down, so they can have one more play, and if they don't get a touchdown, if they don't score any points, then that would be to waste time, so they could get a field goal and give Olentangy as less time as they possibly can for them to return and get another touchdown to score.
All right, so 19 seconds to go from the 7-yard line.
I don't run it. They run it down there. Sideline. So play clock.
The play clock is not working, so that makes things difficult on Robbie Dayhuff because he doesn't know how much time he has.
Well, I saw down there the ref that was standing in the end zone was counting. He was counting down with his hands. So.
Yes, you're right. Very good call. The back judge there calls it down. Okay, so what you're trying to say is if they don't get the touchdown, they can call the timeout and set up their field goal.
Yeah, as well as waste time, so Olentangy doesn't have a lot of time to score and get
we don't
more
want to
points.
kick off to them. So if from here, it would be a 24-yard field goal attempt, and the kicker for the Pioneers has shown plenty of leg.
And the stadium's getting rowdier. They're all standing up.
So they're going to put some more time on the game clock, so it'll be 22 seconds. 22 seconds on the game clock, and we're waiting to see. Well, that stops the momentum, doesn't it? Everybody's screaming and yelling and laughing and going crazy. All right, 22 seconds. There we go. 22 seconds. 3rd and goal. And the clock starts. Nope, it does. Yes. No. And no, it doesn't. 3rd and goal. It does not start after a timeout. Robbie Dayhuff in the shotgun. And he'll take the snap, and
Coach Schroeder called a timeout before the play went off.
That's our last timeout. We do not have another timeout. Oh, boy. Okay, so, Grace, that takes off what you want to do.
How much time is left? 22
seconds. Right, so the Pioneers cannot run the ball because if they get tackled in the play, they will not have enough time to set up their field goal.
So either they go for it or go for the field goal and then give Olentangy or some time to try and get some more points.
So they're going to have to pass the ball.
Yeah.
Right? Because then if it's an incompletion, the
then
clock will stop
yeah.
and you can run your field goal unit out.
Yeah.
But if you run the ball and get tackled,
then
the game ends.
The clock keeps going.
Right. The game ends and it would be a tie. I don't believe there's no overtime in high school football. So, ooh boy. 3rd and goal.
Just like last year. We won 30-28 last year. It's 28-28 right now.
It is 28-28. So Coach Schroeder will run his team back out there. So they're going to try to run one more play. And like I said, they can't run it, and you can't be tackled on a pass in bounds either because you can't set up your field goal attempt. 22 seconds to go in the game. Dehuff will pass. He's looking to the right. He's looking to the left. He's looking to the right. And he's just going to throw it out of the end zone. Good job by Robbie Dehuff, because that'll stop the clock.
And that just wastes some more time, so now they can get a field goal and get the extra points and waste time, so Olentangy doesn't have enough time to try and score.
15 seconds left in the game. 86 for the Pioneers will come out for the extra point attempt. 86 is Aiden Hill. This will be a 24-yard field goal attempt. Spencer Hawkins is on the hold. Zane Laddig is on the snap. Aiden Hill on the kick from this left hash. Right-footed kickers like it from the left hash. Laddig to Hawkins. The ball is down. And Olentangy uses their last timeout. They do. They do have a timeout because it was an official timeout when Solis was arguing. So Braves do a great job and take their last timeout to disrupt the timing of the kicker.
Yeah.
It's called ice in the kicker.
And that can change a lot. That can discomfort the kicker, and now he might feel uncomfortable, not as confident, and just miss it.
Scoreboard was wrong. They do have a timeout. Okay. So, ice in the kicker, so you make your kicker think about it.
Yeah.
Right? So he's over here, he's thinking about it, he's thinking about his steps, he's walking through. He's strong enough leg. He's got plenty of legs.
To get as far as he needs to. The problem is just where he needs
That's
to
right. Well, you got to have a good snap, you got to have a good hold, and you got to have a good kick. Zane Laddig's the long snapper. Spencer Hawkins will set the ball down. Aiden Hill will make the kick. 14 seconds to go in the game. The score is tied 28-28. Here is a 24-yard field goal attempt from Aiden Hill. Nobody can stop the clock except the official. The official's pointing at something. I don't know what he's pointing at. Now the officials are, well, all right, now they're going to let him do it. Boy, I'll tell you, talk about ice in the kicker. Good grief. The ball, the down, the kick is up, and he got blocked, and they got to tackle him, and they do. Blocked. The field goal attempt was blocked. I believe 57 came in and blocks the kick. They all came flying in from that far side, and now they got 9 seconds to go. The field goal attempt is blocked, and the Braves sideline goes crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. It worked. Olentangy's tactics worked. They got the kicker. I don't know.
Well, they timed it. There's three guys from that far side timed it and came running in, and there were three players there that just smashed their kicker and blocked it, which you're allowed to do. All right, so luckily Zach Hill makes a great tackle there at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, so they couldn't get it up.
So he couldn't return it.
Because the ball was still loose and nobody was down, so they just would have picked it up. So if Zach wouldn't have made that, he would have gone for a touchdown.
9 seconds to go, and they're not even going to try to score.
So this goes to overtime, I'm pretty sure.
Do we have overtime in high school football?
I think so, because it went to overtime against Gahanna last year.
That's right, you're right, they did.
This is an interesting game.
Each team gets a timeout, I believe, in the overtime period. I don't know if they do or not. Wow, unbelievable that the field goal gets blocked. Boy, three Brave players. I saw 52 jumping around, so we'll give him credit. 52 for the Braves is Colton Daup. He may have been the man that got there, I don't know.
I mean, it was a great play by the Olentangy defense. It's not usual that a kick is blocked, so it was a great play.
And they blocked it easily, too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they barely got a hand on it. I mean, they were there, and all three of them were close to the ball. It could have been any of those three guys from the right side, the far side.
Well, now Olentangy has the momentum, so we just have to see how the defense and the offense from the Pioneers react to what just happened and continue to play the game.
So Robbie Dehuff will go out for the Pioneers as the captain. 4 Braves players will go out, and their captains have played well tonight. 5 is Luke Riedel. 10 is Caden Kaiser. 37 is Nick McCafferty. And then 45 is Trevor Solis.
We'll see who gets the ball.
So,
Would you rather have it first or second? Or
so is that, yeah, so they take the time off. I don't even know how it works. So they're talking about it over here. We'll see what they say. Stay with us, folks. Boy, what an exciting game, exciting finish. Steve Geiger with me tonight is Grace Porball. An exciting game here from Pioneer Field. Pioneers have a chance to win it on the extra point and cannot convert. So the officials...
And Robbie Dayhup is pumped up. He's trying to get everyone else pumped up right now.
So it looks like the Braves will start with the ball first. Okay, so we'll see what happens. And overtime. Anna Godoy is back in the studio. I'll say her name first so I don't mess it up. Sorry about that, Anna. Our production crew tonight, our director is Jacob Fulton, technical director Jenny Marsh. Cameras tonight will be Cole Patterson, Miles DeVries, and Victoria Pearl. Production assistant Ryan Hess. Back in the studio, Brooke Little and Tanner Lambert. I am Steve Geiger. With me tonight is Grace Porball, and we need to give credit for Mr. Brian Nicola, who is our the teacher here that sets it all up for us all. Okay, so I think each team gets a chance to try to score.
I think so.
That's what they do in college. So they are taking the ball down to the 20-yard line, and we'll see. It looks like the Pioneer defense is going to go out first for the Pioneers. So I guess the Braves get first chance. So the clock is not on. There is no clock in overtime, so I will not be talking about how much time is left, right? It's just if you get stopped, then it turns over, the other team gets the ball. If you score, then the other team gets the ball, and they get a chance. That's the way it works in college, and you keep doing chances until somebody wins, taking turns until somebody wins.
So it's key for the Pioneer defense to stop them here, and if the Braves do score, then they want to try and minimize it to a field goal. So then, if they score a touchdown, they will win.
Right. First down and goal from the first and 10. They can get a first down. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. The Braves will start with the ball. Connor Haig's done a fantastic job for the Braves in shotgun. Back there with him is Zach Shablock. Connor will fake the handoff. He's looking to pass. He fires it across the middle, and he underthrows his man. Zach Harrison hits the quarterback afterwards. He was trying to throw to 44 for the Braves. 44 is Ethan Hand, a sophomore tight end, and he underthrows him.
And that was good pressure by Zach Harrison, just forcing the quarterback to try and make a play, which inevitably wound up in an incomplete pass.
It did, inevitably. Big word. All right. Second and 10 from the 20-yard line. Connor Hagen shotgun. He's going to pass again. He fakes it. He throws it across the middle. Luke Riedel gets it, but Zach Hill hits him and slams him down. Zach Hill on the tackle, a 1-yard loss for the Braves. They tried to do that inside screen to Luke Riedel, but Zach Hill was ready and slams him down. Brant Keitlinger also there for the Pioneers. That'll bring up 3rd and 11 for the Braves.
And that was a good play by Zach Hill, forcing him even farther back, which gives them less of a chance to try and score.
3rd down and 11. Connor Haig in the shotgun. Luke Riedel in motion. He will fake. He'll drop back. He'll fire it. He's got a man, and he hits it, and he catches it. What did he do? They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 3-yard line. First down. Owen Tangy Braves. That's big number 86 for the Braves.
And that was
Ian Drummond.
Yeah, that was huge for the Braves. They got the first down. They're 3 yards from the end zone, and they have a huge chance to score a touchdown and take the lead.
Beautiful throw by Connor Haig over the top, lands it perfectly into Connor Haig's hands, and luckily for the Pioneers, number 10 was there to push him out of bounds, and that is Mitchell Gifford. But that brings up 1st and goal, and they're going to actually move it back to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line for the Braves. Haig will take it. He'll give it to Zach Shablock. He'll try the right side. He'll pound it in. Touchdown, Owen Tangy Braves. Well, they made that look easy. A 3-yard touchdown run by Zach Shablock.
And that was huge. So now they have to get the extra point, and they'll be in the lead by 7. So then if Orange doesn't get a touchdown, Braves will win.
That's right. Braves, or Orange has to match them now. Braves get the ball first and they score. So that'll bring out the kicker, Brady Pethel. Brady Pethel for the Braves will try the extra point. The ball's down, the kick is up, it's high enough, and it is good. And the Braves will take a 35-28 lead.
So now Orange has to score a touchdown and make the extra point.
Right, or they could go for 2 for the win.
That's true.
And if they go for 2 and win, then so a field goal does not help the Pioneers. They've got to have a touchdown and at least 1. 3-yard touchdown run by Zach Shablock.
And the band in the student section, they're starting to get loud for Orange, and they're just trying to help the football players and to pump them up so they can actually get back in this game and win, or try to win.
Brave student section coming to life. So the Pioneers will have the ball at the 20-yard line, first and goal. And like you said, Grace, they need a touchdown. Pioneers come out with 5 wide receivers, which normally is a passing setup, but Robbie's run out of that tonight. First and goal, Robbie drops back to pass. He's going to look. He fires it. He's got a man over the middle. Touchdown! Are you kidding me? Zane Laddick!
Zane Laddick, as I've said before, he's had some huge moments, and he's come in clutch with another huge moment right now, scoring a touchdown for Orange Pioneers, possibly trying to tie the game. I don't know if they're going to go for, I think they're going for 2 points.
They are going to go for 2. Wow. Boy, Zane Laddick wide open. Beautiful pass by Robbie Dayhuff. Boy, I thought Zane was going to take a huge hit. And this is the game. Here we go. Go in for 2. This is the game. If the Braves stop them, they win. If the Pioneers get it, they win. 1 play for the game. 35-34, Braves with the win. Dayhuff up under center. Timeout. Coach Solis takes it. Oh, no. Yeah. Coach Solis takes his timeout. One ref pointed the wrong way. Yeah, but it's all about what the head official does, and it was Coach Solis that took the timeout. So if I'm the Pioneers, I throw it up for Zach Harrison and see if he can catch it.
I don't know. It's always risky going for 2, especially when the entire game depends on it.
That scares me to death. That's for sure.
I almost don't want to watch.
Okay, so pass or run. I say pass to Zach Harrison. What do you say?
I say pass, because with the run, they can clog up the running lanes, and then you won't have an opportunity. And with the pass, at least Zach Harrison, he's so tall and big and strong that he can at least fight for the ball and get the ball and have the 2-pointer.
Okay, so Braves are ahead 35-34. If the Pioneers get this, they win 36-35. If they do not get it, they lose 35-34. Huge play. Everybody in there is on their feet. Robbie Dayhuff up under center. Jake Vencheri in the backfield with him.
I think he's going to run it.
Zach Harrison going in motion. Dayhuff looks. He'll throw it. Oh, my heavens. Dayhuff tries to throw it to Zach Harrison, and he misfires. The ball goes low. The Braves win. The Braves are celebrating on the field, jumping and tackling and running around. Incomplete pass from Robbie Dayhuff to Zach Harrison, and the Pioneers lose 35-34 on a failed 2-point conversion attempt. On the incomplete pass, tried to hit Zach Harrison in the backfield, and it just is an incompletion, and the Pioneers lose the game. I like the nice job by Spencer Hawkins, goes over and consoles Robbie Dayhuff, and then also Zach Harrison goes over with Mark Roberts to also console him. So the Braves pull out a huge 35-34 win in overtime over the Orange Pioneers. What an exciting game we had here tonight.
Yeah, you can see how upset Robbie Dayhuff is, and even Zach Harrison is trying to console him and tell him, like, hey, it's okay. Like, I mean, it's unfortunate right now, but in the end, you only learn from your mistakes and you only get better. So hopefully Robbie will learn from this and make good decisions and in the next game and try and improve.
Sure can. Okay, so we need to pick the Buffalo Wild Wings blazing offensive and defensive players of the game. Wow.
He just rang Orange's bell.
That was number 9 for the Braves. Goes over and rings the victory bell. That's Mitchell Grubb, a junior.
Oh.
And he is pushed back by some of his players. Nice job by the...
I think Mr. McKendrick was going at him. Mr. McKendrick was not happy.
Well, yeah, because 9 said some things that he shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
To the coaches. So there's sportsmanship and not. I give credit to 10 for the Braves. The senior captain, Caden Kaiser, goes over and grabs his player and gets him out of there. All right, so let's wrap it up. Let's pick our players of the game, offense and defensive players of the game for the Orange Pioneers.
I think Mitchell Gifford had a good game.
Yeah, Mitchell Gifford with a big return.
Yeah.
And Zach Hill. Let's give it to Mitchell Gifford and Zach Hill. They'll share the defensive players of the game. And then on offense,
Zane Maddock had really good catches. Robbie Dayhef, really good throws. I don't know, your choice.
My choice.
Yeah.
I picked the defense. You picked the offense.
No, I said Mitchell Gifford.
All right. Well, let's give it to Robbie Dayoff. Boy, senior leader just played a fantastic game, and we will give him the offensive player of the game. So, do we have time to go over our scoring, or do we need to throw it back to?
I would go over it quickly.
Go over quickly of the scoring. All right, good. I can do it. At 9:42 in the second quarter, a 5-yard touchdown pass from Robbie Dayhuff to Zach Harrison. At 9:40 in the second quarter, Luke Riedel for the Braves, 87-yard kickoff return. 1:26 to go in the second quarter, a 12-yard touchdown pass from, boy, I lost his name. Connor Haig, I believe, is the player. Yes, Connor Haig, sorry. Connor Haig to Ian Drummond. With 46 seconds to go, a 43-yard touchdown pass from Robbie Dayhuff to Sam Wine. 27 seconds to go, a 45-yard fumble return by Mitchell Gifford to make it 21-14 at halftime. In the third quarter, with 9:39 to go, 11-yard touchdown pass from Connor Haig to Luke Riedel to make it 21-21. 5:46 to go in the third quarter, a 3-yard touchdown run by Jake Vincherry put the Pioneers up 28-21. 6:07 to go in the fourth quarter, a 1-yard touchdown run by Zach Shablock. And then in overtime, a 3-yard run by Zach Shablock and a 20-yard touchdown from Robbie Dayhuff to Zane Laddig. Pioneers go for 2. They cannot convert, and the Braves win 35-34. Grace, final thoughts.
I mean, I think both teams had a good game. It was just unfortunate to end, at least for the Pioneers, with how it ended with a 2-point conversion. So, I mean, you can only learn. So.
What a great game, boy. Somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. So that'll wrap it up with us, but please stay tuned. We're going to go back to the studio. Tanner Lambert and Brooke Little are in the studio, so we'll throw it back to them. Thanks for joining us, everybody, but stay tuned for our wrap-up show with Brooke Little and Tanner Lambert. Brooke and Tanner, take it over.
Yeah.
Number 9.
Welcome back to the studio here at Olentangy Orange High School. I'm Tanner and this is Brooke. That was a tough loss for the Olentangy Orange Pioneers, but we would like to congratulate the Olentangy Braves on a tremendous victory in overtime.
Aiden Hill went 2 for 2 on points after touchdown for the game, and after coming in for Kellen Sargent near the end of the first half. Sargent also went 2 for 2 on the night. Jake Vancherry also scored a touchdown. Vancherry stepped up after Mark Roberts went to the trainer's room due to a lower body injury. A fumble by Tangy inside the Orange 5-yard line resulted in an Orange touchdown, and the defenses really stepped it up in the third and fourth quarter. The teams had a combined scoring of 21 in the half and compared to the 35 in the last half. Tangy scored twice in the second half to Orange's 1 touchdown, bringing the score to 28-28. Going into the last minutes of the game, there were 2 sideline warnings on Olentangy that gave Orange a key first down in the second to last drive of the regulation.
Zach Harrison had a massive reception, taking the ball from the 31 to the 9 at the end of the fourth quarter. The drive got Orange within field goal range, and Aiden Hill went in for the kick, but it was blocked by Tangy, who got possession, but it wasn't able to score. That took the game to overtime. In overtime, Tangy scored on their first drive, and Orange was able to respond with a touchdown as they went for 2, and the team lost. They dropped to 4-3 on the record here. Tangy is 3-3, I think, right, on the year. Let me make sure that's right. 3-3 on the year.
3-4.
3-4 on the year, excuse me. So they're getting back in their groove of things, trying to figure out this season. Now Orange will try to do the same going into next week against Westerville Central.
Danny, you want to talk about our offense and defense players of the game?
Our offensive player of the game was Jake Venturi, who stepped up after Robert's injury. And our defensive player of the game for Orange was Mitchell Gifford for a defensive touchdown going into the halftime.
Other scores around Central Ohio. Canal beats Groveport 14-7. Gahanna won 10-7 versus Reynoldsburg. Hartley beat Belmont 42-8.
A great game tonight. Congrats to the Braves for a good win, and good luck to them next week as they go into Liberty.
Next week we play Westerville Central and then we play Liberty. Both are away games, but we'll be back right here for our senior night against Westerville South on October 26th, which is my birthday, in case you wanted to know.
I'll be calling that game in the booth with Mr. Geiger. We'd like to thank our great production staff tonight. The director was Jacob Fulton, our technical director Jenny Marsh, teleprompter and production Anna Godoy, or Goday, how we're saying it now. Cameras were Cole Patterson and Miles DeVise, and our production assistant, a kid who stepped it up from intro to journalism, Ryan Hess. Me and Brooke were here in the studio, and Brooke was on the sideline. Play-by-play, Steve Geiger, and our color commentary, Grace Porball.
Huge shout out to these kids. They're all of them are high school kids except for Steve Geiger, who is a math teacher here at the school. But they are all high school kids and they do outstanding work, and this is really difficult to do. We are truly blessed to have an advisor like Mr. Brian Nicola, who pushes ourselves and gets us the best technology, and we're
just so thankful for him. That's why he got Teacher of the Year. He was honored at halftime today. He didn't really want us to share that with you, but he deserves it. All the best to you, Mr. Nicola. Have a great night, everybody.